Now, Coach Bobby Ellington has Sac State in a spot we had zero expectations that we would be at the start of this Coach Mode Dynasty, as we take a quick recap of what has happened already this year. Well, things started off really great. We know we picked up 2 big wins. We then kind of struggled a little bit. And despite that big win against UMass, we decided to switch out our starting quarterback, put the freshman in, and he has won 3 games out of 4. Though 3 of those games have been extremely close. With 3 games left in our regular season, it is entirely up to us to see how far we can go. We take a look at the conference standings. Sac State playing in the MAC for some reason. We are at the top. However, there are a lot of teams very close knit here. Ball State, they have 3 losses, same as ourselves. We have just 1 more win. Same record as Western Michigan. Eastern Michigan actually has 1 more win than us. So things are very tight here in the last few games. On top of that, we also need to make sure we are taking care of what our AD expectations are. We already failed 1, and these actually hurt us more than they help us if we fail or succeed. And one of these is to have a top 100 class. Right now, we only have 116. Now, prior to jumping in today, I did go through and take a look at our board. I added some prospects. We were already, last time, did get the verbal commit from Paul Ebiketie. That battle is not over with yet. There is still a visit here for the Lobos week 13, so we need to make sure we keep up the pressure here and we try to get that into a hard commit. We are doing well for Vaimafi. We're about to get into that top 5. For Gooden, we have a visit with him in our first game today, so that one is going to be massive for us, especially with how tight this is. A lot of people pushing here for the hybrid safety, and we have him against Toledo. We got to make sure we pick up that win. Next up is Rayshawn Ojambo, a receiver we started to go after kind of late on last time. Now, here are some new guys I added, again, matching the 2 stars we're allowed to go after from the state of California. So we brought in, or are looking to bring in, a vertical threat tight end. Not exactly the perfect scheme fit, but we need some tight ends, and he was the only one. John Singleton, offensive line. Clint Shuttle, another offensive line. Schultz, 3rd offensive line. Can you tell the trend here? And a receiver in Nate Izzy. Outside of that, we also got another hard commit. I finally did put in the offer here for Montel Paul. We have a quarterback hard commit. That means we are good. He's not going to get pulled away from us. However, he is a work in progress. He is not going to be ready in year 1. That throw power needs some development. He has hidden dev trait. We don't know all that yet. Hopefully there are some abilities in there, some mentals. Again, we're just not quite sure. The rest of the list, basically anyone inside the top 5, I did go ahead and finally give them their offer. That did mean for some of them I had to pull points off to give them that offer, because we're only working with 275. But this has us right now with 34 targets. We're kind of going to drag along a lot of these high school or JUCO players until we get to the offseason, where we're really going to look for a good push to fill in some starting roles. The rest of these guys are more so for depth to start developing. But obviously, with 3 games left, the biggest thing right now is for us to focus out on that field. Pick up these wins. We've got Toledo with the recruit visiting today. If we take just a quick look, we do score more points than they do. However, they have a little bit more success passing the ball. Defensively, we are by far better. So we're going to need to see us continue with these trends, pick up some points, beat Toledo, hopefully land another hard commit. I will settle for a soft commit there, or a verbal commit, but I want to make sure we get good and in and keep ourselves pushing for potentially a conference title and a bowl game in Sac State's first season here with FBS ball. That's pretty big for Coach Bobby Ellington. Last time we also found out that they did update Sac State. We have a little bit more helmets to utilize this time, so we're going to look to utilize a little bit more of these. However, I don't think they really have a gold. That white and gold, though, does look nice. Rock with that. How about some white pants to tag team with it? Not as fancy as the helmet, but I think it will work. What about some shoes? Can we get some gold in the shoes? Just a little bit. You know, I'll take it. As we're going to run this into our first game against Toledo, needing that win. So how about I get my face on out of here as we get ready for game one of today. Are you guys excited for some Saturday action? We will be finishing up the regular season and the postseason here today. Make sure you're ready. Get a snack, get a drink. We're going to be here for the long haul, and that means next Wednesday, I believe that is available here for us. We'll be going through our first off-season, College Football 27. And that one might just have to be earlier, or I might bump that one to Thursday. I'll keep you guys updated. As long as you guys are hitting that sub button and have that bell icon clicked down below, you'll be notified, especially if I post anything. The community tab, talking about updates of schedule. I want to make sure, double check here, I pause up that music as we are underway here against Toledo. Looking for a decent return, and pretty much every time it stops up about the 20-yard line. Isaiah Scruggs, our freshman quarterback. We saw a lot of big play from him and a lot of some worrying play. The highs are high, the lows are low. As we're going to look to start with our running back game here. Curtis down the middle. Big blocks. I will say the interior continues to impress. We do have one of our starters on the interior a little bit banged up. Hopefully he could see through. I want to say one of the guards, right guard if I'm not mistaken. Very similarly than what we had to do with our UAB series. We've had to rest a couple people. And that's just so that we have some health for a big push here late. Again, we need 3 more wins for sure to lock things in with how tight it is. We're going to go to the top of view here. Moses with a nice RPO from the freshman. He had a really big last few games. We're looking to see a little bit more from him. Coleman, he's going to be up top. Technically our number 1 receiver on paper. Haven't seen as big of plays as luckily that pass is incomplete. That's some of the worrying things we've seen from this freshman quarterback. Not exactly safe with the ball. As we go I form here, big blocks. Kuntz doesn't really do much there to get a block downfield, but I'll still take it. The offensive line opens it up well enough. Is this on console or PC? Looks very clean. It is on Xbox. Xbox X or Series X. We do have that 2K streaming quality. You have also a first down there at the 33. Looking to build even more towards that pro style. Big run here for Collins. We've seen a lot of rotation with these running backs. 3 different guys toting the rock for us this year. And they've all been pretty impressive for us. Curtis back in here as we go quick over the middle. Caught by Wilson. 4 first downs here on the opening drive for the Hornets. Let's go back down to the sideline view here. As it's a handoff for limited, if anything. That does force a 3rd and 6 for Scruggs. Tight shotgun look. Still, they haven't fixed the no hard count in coach mode, which is a little bit unfortunate. Throws over the middle. That's caught down to about the 4-yard line. And there is the man I was hoping we could keep clean today. Starting guard hits the deck as we are set up goal to go inside the 4. I get a little bit of a better view here from coach. It's Curtis, and he's stopped up in the middle of the field. Let's try to get hurry up on him. Look for a little RPO. We will jump back up to the top-up view here. Screen does look a little bit broken, but it is Coleman who has the RPO bubble. Going actually back down here. Coleman with the lane, and we've got a touchdown. Get that music bumping. Opening drive success here for Sac State against Toledo. And it's good news because we need the lead. Now we need to see our defense make some big plays. If we could see some bigger plays from the DBs as well, that just might help get a hard commit from the safety we have on visit. And we may just have to go ahead and sit our starting right guard. For those who have been also watching the UAB series, big changes coming to some starters on both the offensive line and across the defense next time. So make sure if you haven't, hit that bell icon in the bottom right corner so you do not miss out on any of the things happening around this channel. A lot of big things in the first year, a lot of series. Tomorrow, we find out the decision of our tight end road to glory. And Forrest Governor just finished out a tremendous second half of the year. True freshman campaign with Wyoming. Was the #1 player out of Wyoming. And he will look to be transferring. As we look to dial things back on into what we're seeing out here. 4-2-5 defense. First Toledo. They're going to start with a shotgun look here. We're going to go up top. And it'll be a handoff filled well from the linebackers. That is a group that could see a big overhaul in this first off season. We've got a lot of linebackers on that board. Because frankly, the linebackers we have on roster don't exactly match what we're trying to do. Open underneath. Good wrap up though, 22. That'll leave a 3rd and 4. Good opportunity to get off the field. At the 31, Toledo. Of 2 tight ends. Running back motions out of the backfield. Drag open over the middle. They don't want it. Instead, it's overthrown and into the sideline. That'll be a punt. Of course, any of those who are new and joining for the first time, welcome in. This series is Coach Mode and Sim-based, so we do kind of jump around a little bit. Sometimes you watch a little bit more, sometimes you watch a little bit less. All depends on what happens on the field. And that is a fumble recovered by Langston Long. Question is, who did the fumbling? We'll have to check the stat sheet here real quick. Is that another turnover from our freshman? Really hope not. And it has 0 listed fumbles. So that's really not going to help us out at all. What we have seen recently, and by recently I mean College Football 27, is that sometimes some incomplete passes, your quarterback gets hit as you're throwing. They've counted those as fumbles on the field. Maybe that's what happened, and it actually just counted not as a actual fumble because they're not a true fumble, especially if that arm is in a forward motion. Ask Tom Brady about that. But a 2nd and 7 either way here. And a delayed handoff. There's room for the scamper. Big run inside the 25 here for the Rockets. That is Smith. Toledo with a little bit of a slow start, but defense has swung some momentum their way. They trailed by 7 inside 2 to play in the first quarter, and back-to-back big runs. Love the wrap-up, but would prefer that closer to the line. Shake things up a little bit here. Scruggs fumbles the ball and steals crab legs, allegedly. Scruggs is a crab leg kind of guy, eh? With another handoff, we are getting just shoved back up front. Might need to go with a Biggs look here then. Go. No, we're going to stay up top. Not a good angle. Not a good angle for 2nd and goal. It's a handoff. 4 straight runs. That time it is stuffed by one of our star linebackers, number 33. We've seemingly made him make a lot more plays than any others on this team. I believe a senior. Empty, tight shotgun look. 3rd and goal. Pressure building down the middle. Forces a step up. Throws late, and it's a touchdown for now. And it looks like it's going to stand. Chambers getting called with a late hit on the quarterback. Appreciate the effort. Fortunately, it is for naught. The sophomore with the penalty declined 7-7 as we look to close out the first quarter here following the PAT. Rob here not all too enthused with Scruggs, calling him a crab leg stealer. I don't even know if Sac State could afford that. I don't know if that's in our budget. I need to upgrade these facilities beforehand. Pretty decent return up to the 26, as that is the end of the first quarter. We got some games to get through today, so we're going to hop on right through to start the second. Tie ball game. And Scruggs with a quick rush off the edge. 71, didn't get a hand on him. Odinger right around the edge. Crab legs equal better recruits. I don't know. I'm more of a steak kind of guy. Give me a tomahawk. Oh, that pass just too tall. Once again, pressure arrives quickly. Was a good start. 4 for 5, but 0 for 2 this drive, and a 3rd and 19. Rainey's going to motion out up top. Scruggs sets, throws downfield, double coverage, and incomplete, intended for Moses. We'll hop back into the sim menu from here and see how the flow goes. Good punt. There's one thing I've seen a lot here in college football 27 is some big legs from punters. 29 yards to Rico Bond. That name does kind of sound a little bit familiar. Richter trying to take a lead here. Corey Smith only picks up 1. It's 3rd and 9, and it's thrown away by Richter. They'll have to settle for a field goal attempt, but for the lead, Reese Griffith. 10-7. Rockets in front here in Sac State. Jameis Winston stole crab legs? Yeah, I could. That tracks. Not much here for the offense. A sluggish start with a 3 and out. Following a good opening drive, we just haven't seen us do much since. Sack, though, coming in from Zay Adams. On a 3rd and 16. We return the favor of the 3 and out. Mulligan there, knocking away the pass. Did see a good tackle from him earlier. Let's jump back in here as we start about the 10-yard line. About 5 minutes to play in the first half. This offense needs to catch their groove. We look to Collins, got a blocker in front, turns up field and picks up about a gain of 8. I'll take that on a first down. And you've heard me say it once, you'll hear me say it 1,000 more times. 3 to 4 per play, you're golden. As we hand this one off. Limited running room this time, but still enough. Patient run there from Collins. We've got a 1st and 10. Now at the 23, a little bit more room to breathe. Scruggs throws quick over the middle. That'll be 5. I don't know. Looked a little bit shorter than that, but I'll take it. Sometime the angle from the booth and a really good push from the offensive line doesn't quite show what it actually is out there. They bring the blitz. We run backside. Collins nearly with the first down. I want a weak side dive here. Do need some good blocks, though. A Biggs versus Biggs look. And plenty of running room. That's a gash for Rainey. Up to the 43-yard line. By the smell of it, I think I got a neighbor grilling out there talking about steaks and crab legs. A little surf and turf, that sounds nice. Play action roll is just out in time to find the tight end. Kuntz playing a little bit of that fullback as well. Oh, only goes for about a gain of 1 as we will hit the 2-minute breather there. Also feel like it's a little bit early to be grilling. At least here it's only 5:20. And it doesn't smell like they're smoking something either. The 2nd and 9, play action, throws off the back foot. That's a first down and more to Williams on the crosser. Now let's change things up a little bit. That was a lot of weak eye. Still want to make sure we're getting to a lot of those power looks, some ace formation as well from the single back. Got to avoid the pressure here. Scruggs steps up. He throws incomplete off the hands of Moses. Just like our quarterback here, Moses has seen some up and down play this year. The highs have been very high. The lows have been unfortunate drop after drop. And that's a good open field tackle. So 3rd and 9. I do like one of these options we had here. Get Moses on the corner. Actually, let's flip this. I want to run that corner to the field side. Wilson will have it instead. Immediate rush. This offensive line needs an upgrade in pass pro. A promising drive falters as we cross midfield. Have to punt that one away. Pretty good punt. We down them at the 9. Let's stay out here a little bit with the defense. Want to make sure that they keep them no more points here in the first half. 38 seconds remaining. Going to be 2 spread wide either side. And nearly getting back there. This one comes up short. It's picked off. Blockers in front. 20, 10, 5. Touchdown. Sac State's defense. Go ahead and cue up that music. When the offense doesn't get it done, the defense does instead. Richter under pressure there from Zay Adams just tosses up a wobbler. And one goes up to get it. There are about 3 different hands going up for it. Couldn't tell you who one is. I'm going to need to see a back of the jersey there. I don't believe that's Bugsy. It is Bugsy Silvera. I imagine I'll know that one. He's been one of the only DBs consistently making plays. Unfortunately, he is a senior. That just continues some big swing plays we've seen in our last handful of games, really ever since the title update, if I'm not mistaken. These games have been close. As they'll just run it into the second half, it will be Toledo with the ball. 14-10 ball game. Smith with 2. Sack coming in from Miles Bailey. He's gotten back there a little bit. Some good push. Rico Bond can only find 2. Seems like they went with a little bubble screen maybe. They punt this one away. We'll continue jumping through a little bit here. We'll jump in if we get into any sort of prime time locations. But it's 3 and out. Following a good stand from our defense, so a little bit of some field position game here. Richter loses a yard. Gained back by Corey Smith. 3rd and 9. Math doesn't math, but it is a first down with 16 to Terrell Crosby Jr. Knocked away, though, by Mulligan. Calling his name a little bit more today. Another 3rd and long. Toledo with another 16. Terrell Crosby Jr. How much you want to bet they called the same play? 28-yard rush, Corey Smith. Now we're going to have to hit the field. In fact, give me a little bit of an extra rush here. We've been able to form it. Just got to make sure our corners on the outside get a good enough coverage out the gates. Good block, one-on-one, incomplete. Good coverage. I believe that might have been Mulligan again. We have ourselves an actual promising corner out there. Play action. Pressure almost gets back there. It's picked again. And there's a lot of grass in front. 50, 40, 30. This place is rocking. 10-5 touchdown. Bugsy Silvera. 2 touchdowns here coming from, I believe, the senior defensive back. He has outscored the Toledo Rockets all on his own. Good pressure there. Forces an errant pass. Bugsy is just a ball hawk out there. I forgot to even play his music. Let's play the music there for him. He's got some good speed as well. Give some credit to, I believe that's number 1, 2. I don't think it's a 7. Either way, give him some credit. He at least kept running. Indeed, he is a senior. So this is our final year for him. Want to make sure we send him out on top. The extra point is good. Got a 21-10 ball game. Bugsy Silvera got to be our MVP right now. We'll see if Toledo can avoid him in the remainder of this game. We've had some big plays. They just can't avoid him. Key moments. The 3 and out to follow. That's not going to be much of a momentum builder. Rainey losing 2. And a 15-yard penalty. And we've got the ball down at the 7. I don't know what just happened there. And there's no way for us to check. We also don't have the ball. I really don't know what happened there. Check the stats here real quick. So there was a face mask. Was it called on us? There is an interception here for Isaiah Scruggs, so I'm going to assume he threw a pick. Well, that's not good. Rob's saying we hope Bugsy stays for a Masters. If he does, he's going to Stanford or something. Short little distance to travel. Toledo with a big opportunity here to bite into this 11-point deficit, coming off a mystery turnover, despite, again, a face mask. As Smith goes to the bottom side here. They hand it off to him. Big hit, 33. Give me a name of this guy. Or not. Either way, that's a massive hit. I will say, some of the new animations here in 27 are nice. 3rd and goal. It's a delayed handoff, and he's met again in the gap. Defense playing clutch ball inside the red zone. Gotta love seeing those hits. Injury on the play, though, did look to be to a Toledo lineman, I think that was. Leaves yet another field goal attempt just inside the right hash. Diving attempt miss. Field goal is good. 21-13. That still leaves us about a minute and a half here in the 3rd quarter. I think we'll jump back to some sim action. Again, we'll jump in key situations. Probably will try to control most of the 4th quarter. Big rush, 31 yards. Bryant Collins down to the oppo, 38. Well, I think this is a primetime opportunity then here for us. Again, 3 different running backs. That's some really good depth. Really bad read. I will take the gain on the play, but it could have potentially been a whole lot more. We enter the 4th quarter, holding on to a 1-score lead, 8 points. They will need a touchdown and a 2-point to try, and that's if they could stop us on this drive. I don't think we're anywhere close, though, to the playoff talk. Unranked right now, 6-3. But really, we're just pushing for that conference title and a potential rushing touchdown here. Bryant Collins tracked down inside the 20. Before the game, I did check, and we were currently projected for the Ventures Bowl against Georgia Southern, I think it was. Quick throw up top, that's Rainey. Pretty good man in space, doesn't put on any moves, but picks up a good gain. We'll call it 8. Got ourselves with a 2nd and 2. Let's check down to the field here. We go to Rainey. Now he's up top and almost had the lane. Probably should have just stayed in this top-up view. Would have had a better view of that run. Check out of that play. I don't like it. Let's go with the... No, I said check out of that play, bud. You're not going to let me? All right. Whatever happens, happens. And that's exactly what I thought would happen. That's why I told you to check into the run. 27. Sometimes it listens to you, sometimes it doesn't. No, that's not what I was looking to do there either. I really don't like that it limits what you're able to do here. I should be able to make any changes I want. Doesn't matter if we're inside 15 seconds on the play clock. It's 15 seconds. Maybe we're like Eli Manning, who always snaps the ball with 1 second to go. 3rd and goal then at the 5. As we throw up top, that's to Williams, unable to turn. And we just go backwards. Coach is wanting to go for it here, though. We are up 8 points. I'd rather secure a for sure 2-score lead, though. So this is the one time you're going to see me not be aggressive. Bringing out the field goal unit. This is right hash. About a 22-yarder. Stovall. He's got it through. That's a 14-point lead? No, not 14-point lead, but a pretty nice 11-point lead, and I'll take that. That means they need 2 touchdowns. And we got 5:57 to play. Defense, for the most part, has played a good game. Obviously, the 2 pick sixes a big part of this lead right now. In fact, it's the whole lead. Bugsy Silvera make one more big play. Looks like we got him back at safety up top here. Will be a 2-by-2 set. We face a lot of 2-by-2. Under pressure, big man forces that fumble. No, they're going to say incomplete pass. This was the other way around. That's 100% a fumble, and we're looking at a big boy touchdown. But no, refs don't let it happen. We bring the extra man. Under pressure again, passes out cleanly but dropped. Quarterback's not going to be too happy about that. So 3rd and 10. Toledo. You could argue 4-down territory at this point. They got a clean pocket. Stepping up, running. Defender forces the slide down 6 yards short of the mark. As expected, offense is going to stay out there for the Rockets. It's essentially gain this first down or the game could very well be over. Double A gap look from Coach Bobby Ellington. As they send everyone deep. Stepping up, throwing, air-mailing his receiver. That's a turnover on downs, and we could bring out the offense looking for that 3-score lead. Defense once again comes through. Running room, Curtis takes it to the house. Touchdown, Sac State. And if you keep the camera angle just on that little set of stands, the backside of the end zone, this place looks full. DeMar Curtis with a great lane provided from the offensive line. Defense never even got a hand on him. He went untouched. Think we could go ahead and start looking to push this one on through. We played in 3 straight close games. This one, unless there's a massive comeback by Toledo, not quite looking to be that. 31-13. First down, though, gained by the Rockets. They're not giving up. As we move inside 4 minutes to play, Rico Bond with another good catch. A little bit of back and forth, though, with this offense. Penalty by Will Weber. He's gotten back to the quarterback a couple times, gives him a free 5 there. Though not enough on the short run. 3rd and 1 at the 25. That'll be a first down. Let's go ahead and take the field with the boys here. At the 22, not quite a red zone trip yet. Trips, though, down to the bottom. Pressure again building, but pass is out cleanly. We'll give credit to CPU quarterbacks there. They are a lot more aware of their pocket and the pressure in that pocket. More 2-by-2. Drop back here, Richter. He throws incomplete. Good coverage. Got a little bit of a blitz on this play. A little man blitz action. Got at least a hat on a hat. Guy over the top. Bringing 5. Picked up well. And it's caught. Broken tackle. Close to the mark. That'll be a first down here for Toledo at the 12. Had to try to make something happen there on 3rd down. Instead, 1st and 10. They do get the snap off before the 2-minute breather. Pocket does collapse with the quarterback. Richter bounces outside and slides down with a little bit of a broken graphic there. Guess it works out all right. Call it a gain of 4 on the scramble. 2nd and 6 at the 8. Richter up top. He's got his man, but there's no yak on that one. It's whatever he was able to get at the catch. About 2-3 yards. It's more 2-by-2. 3rd and 3. We bring that blitz again. Richter throws. Touchdown, Toledo. They're not done here yet. They are, however, going to need an onside recovery. With 1:41 to play. Peyton Strickland, the tight end. Now, they are not going for 2. That's a little bit surprising. They're going to look to settle this into an 11-point ball game with a PAT made here. They do have 3 timeouts, so they don't have to go with the onside yet, but it looks like they're going to. This is just about for the game. And recovered. Hornets. That'll be plus side 43. A first down would basically end this game. Toledo still have those timeouts. They're going to have to get these stops. But there's a massive running room here for Curtis. A gasher down the middle. And that's a lot of the hope gone. Right now, the ESPN percentage tracker would be saying 99.9. Oh, I've seen it go the other way from that. Another big running lane here for Curtis. He's really just statting some pats here late. Statting some pats here? Padding some stats here late. Just flip that around a little bit. And they do give him the first down on that one as well. Another run. This time they track down Curtis. Final timeout is called with 1:27 on the clock. But we can't quite kneel this one out cleanly. We'll look for another first down. That one would secure it. Curtis with the stretch, but we do not block the edge. Go with a little something cheeky here. Give me read option. Scruggs has a little bit of some legs. He's nothing crazy, but he's got a little bit. But he's going to hand it off. Curtis, and Curtis gets the first down. Now we could look to kneel this one out. Victory formation, and Sac State gets the win at home. That leaves 2 games left here in the regular season, and depending on how a few other games went, we could be very close to clinching that MAC title game. Player of the game obviously going to Bugsy Silvera. 2 picks, 2 touchdowns. Couldn't have asked for a bigger impact. He has outscored the point differential of this game. And that is even when we don't include the point after on those scores. Gotta like, though, Coach Bobby Ellington walking off the field there with a defensive tackle. Of course, a former defensive tackle of ours with that Kent State series. Those of you who were not here for it and joined us in College Football 27, if you're looking for a full series to watch, I do suggest you go check out our Kent State College Football 26 Dynasty with the Golden Flashes. We'll be back on Monday with our UAB Dynasty. As we move on to the next week, hoping for some good news. Big defensive plays. Was that good enough to get Gooden to hard commit? Fingers crossed. That's what I need to have. I need to have instead of, or as well as we do get the hard commit now from Paul Ebikadi, so that is some more points for us to spend. And the hard commit from Zach Gooden, the first 2 2-stars we went after. We do get that hard commit. That is huge. As I was trying to say, outsider on, as well as having these thumbs up, subscription, and bell notifications. Maybe I need to make one for fingers crossed too. Say it more than enough to, I think, require that one. Bugsy Silvera, MAC Defensive Player of the Week. And he's going to take home National Defensive Player of the Week as well. All right, Sac State making a name for themselves. That is Central Michigan next. They are 5-4, so not really in the push right now for that title game. They do, however, just by a little bit, produce more yards than we do, but we produce more points. And that might be because our defense has given us a lot of short fields, giving up just 75 passing yards a game and 75 rushing yards a game. I mean, that's clutch. However, the math doesn't math for the Chippewas here. 100 passing, 100 rushing, yet almost 400 yards allowed. I think EA needs to go back to school because they aren't understanding basic math. Ours isn't correct either. So there's some phantom yards in here, and I'm not quite sure where they're coming from. Either way, Chippewas on the outside looking in. As we look for an update here on our conference standings, we are still at the top. Eastern Michigan, though, they're hot on our heels. Still have a couple 3-loss teams in Ball State and Western Michigan, so this next game would really swing some things for us. Who is our final matchup of the season? Regular season, that is. The jet lag will affect the Sac kids, probably. We have Hawaii for our last game. So we don't play any of the top guys. Ball State we did beat. And we did also beat Eastern Michigan, which is why we are in front of them. So that game is massive. Now we just have to beat the Michigans. Or Michigan and Hawaii, but the Eastern... Well, no, I guess we actually did pretty well against our conference standing. So at this point, looking for clinching opportunities. I mean, if we lose a game, I think Eastern Michigan jumps us. We did beat Ball State, so we have the advantage on them. Not sure exactly where the Western Michigan break is going. I mean, we obviously have one more win there, so that would be it. Either way, about one more, and I think we're going to be pretty good. You never know, though. I've seen some crazier things happen in this game, like a 6-win team not getting a bowl game, meanwhile a 4-win team does. So there's that. Hard commit in. We've got 115 points to spend right now. Pressure, though, coming in from Arizona. They put in an offer as well for Vi Mafi. So we're going to have to step it up then. We're going to offer his scholarship. That is going to have to be 15 of our budget, which takes us down to 465. I'm trying to preserve as much of that as possible for the off season. It wouldn't be a bad idea either to get him in on a visit. Unfortunately, we do not have any more home games for that, but something is probably better than nothing. And I don't like our pitches very well, which is not great news for us. In fact, most of the things he's interested in, we don't line up with very well. And we get this commit without having him ever visit the school. That's going to kind of have to be the thing for Vi Mafi. So we're going to have to offer up 50 points there. Gooden is in. Ojabo, we're still making some steady progress. And now, of course, Boise State's making the push for the tight end. That's really unfortunate because we are rather light at the tight end spot. In fact, we need 2, and we're only currently recruiting 1. Hey, boys finally scored there. Let's go. Only down by 4 more points. Gotta love baseball sometimes. James Robledo. Vertical threat. I mean, it still doesn't exactly fit what we're looking for. So I think we're just going to straight up remove that. Of course, every time I start going after these guys, other schools do too. Now it's 5 here for John Singleton. We're going to have to offer that up because Oregon State already has. And again, we've got the points to utilize right now, so we're going to make some bigger pushes. And that's because we, frankly, can't really go after anyone outside of more 1-stars. And I prefer to not go after any more 1-stars. Let's utilize these points, make a good push. For Mitch Schultz, let's get him upgraded as well. Not going to put in the offer there yet. Let's go with 10 for now because I do need to go to these guys and put some more points back on them that I had to take off to give them their offers. Also, just a good idea to just scroll through here a little bit and double check to make sure no one else is pursuing. Like what we have here for Gunnar Gold. Raw strength guard who struggles with pass blocking power. And actually has a higher range for run block finesse than run block power. I think this is one I'm fine letting go. We'll go ahead and pull Gold off. That just creates more room for some other guys down the line. Now pressure coming in here for Tyreek Benedict, a speed rushing edge. 70 finesse moves, and again, not bad for a freshman coming in. So let's give him an offer. And in fact, we're going to bump up the points a little bit there as well. Send him up the board. I could keep an eye on some of these guys. Do we need to get some points here on Hashim Poe? he was a little bit bigger, he might be related to an NFL Poe, perhaps. 15 points left. I hope that we have enough here to put the 5 back on everyone. Again, I'm just trying to drag out these high school guys until the off season. Now, we do have a couple pushes here. Kent State and South Alabama. For Big Hill, we really just don't know much, and frankly, those don't look great. I'm going to pull off here. For Soto, man coverage is horrific. Speed might be okay. I think this is another one we'll just look to pull off of, and that leaves us with some more spots, but honestly, I think we could just look to start pushing a bit harder for some of these other guys. So we got the extra points here. We're going to turn Ojabo or Ajabo. I still don't know which one it is. Haven't looked it up. Probably should do that at some point. Unless I have a name expert out here who could give me that heads up. Singleton, we did upgrade to that 25. Same for Shuttle. For Schultz, we did upgrade from the 5 there, but we really didn't move up at all. So let's look to add on 5 more. And we'll turn Gizzy into 10. I think that'll be a good spread for us. Again, we're limited on points here, so we really just have to manage this as best as we think we can with the 275 hours each week. Weekly plan here. So Burrell is still out with injury. Not seeing any guys on the no practice, which is good. You can full practice, Weber. Xavier Williams still has that increase. We're going to go no practice for him. Collins, you're full go. Wilson's going to be no practice. And Stallworth, you are practicing. Should be good with the rest. I have not had a single practice injury. There were supposed to be, but I haven't had any. But we're set up then for the conference clash. Said that a little bit weird. A lot of night games here I've seen. No chance of rain. Going to be a little chilly out there, 45 degrees. I don't know if our Cali boys are going to be ready for that. Forgot we can't actually ice out now. Let's go with the S because we haven't worn that one yet. We have gold. We don't have gold pants. That's a little bit disappointing. We're going to go with green pants since they apparently want to wear white pants. Do they have a white helmet? No. In which case, you guys can wear gold pants then. We'll call that ready to rock and roll. Needing potentially this next win to clinch a title berth. And of course, raise any possibilities at a better bowl game than the Ventures Bowl. Facing the Chippewas on the road, second to last game of the regular season. And for them, they're just looking to make bowl eligibility. They need one more win on the season. They could bust our hopes with a big showing. Sac State goes 3/4 of the way across the country for a late night matchup. Though for them, if this game's played at 7, that would be 5 to 4 o'clock for them. So an afternoon game, that might play a little bit more into our favor. Let's go ahead and before I forget, pause up that music. And it looks like it'll be our defense to get this game started. Bugsy Silvera could really use with some more big plays from him. As they just call for the touchback. Smart, they start at the 25. Langston Lewis, senior receiver, rocking the 2-0. I don't know how I feel about all these receivers wearing numbers in the 20s. Wouldn't mind starting with a little bit of some zone blitz action. Might send Bugsy here. No, not Bugsy. Either way, they go with a run. We do not contain the edge, and that's going to be a big run here for the Chippewas. 13 for Von Blue. Don't like seeing that out the gate. I do like the field here. The stripe colors reminds me of my old high school. At least the first 2 years we had the stripe. I think my senior year they changed it. Another handoff. This time it's well contained. 33 again. They've got to give me a name at one of these points. Granted, I could always just go check the depth chart. But I like just waiting to see if they give me what the information I'm needing. Quick RPO. Again, we're struggling with some contain. Angel Flores. That sounds very familiar. The 3rd and 4 for the Chippewas. 4 receivers up top, 1 down to the bottom. It's an empty set for Flores. As we do get some rush inside, that's going to be a sack. Miles Bailey, the big boy, gets through. I'm sure he's learned a thing or two from Coach Bobby Ellington. That's a good way to end the drive. I'm also curious as to how many of these people in real life have the hanging mouthpiece, because it seems like almost everyone has it. They need to add the mouthpiece in the slot in the helmet. There's one guy, I can't remember who it is, who has a hanging mouthpiece and another mouthpiece in the air vent in the helmet. 91 yards last week. Jamar Curtis with a touchdown, though the guy running out onto the field is Isaiah Scruggs, a freshman quarterback. Let's take it to the field here. 1st and 10 at the 27. It's Curtis, taken down just by the line, or at least it looked. Actually, to say gain of 4 there. The fun angle's getting you down here. Optical illusions. Back to Curtis. Hard run, close to, and getting the 1st down there. Call that about a gain of 7. We're going to go a little bit some hurry up here. Checking it up top. Single high safety. Play action. Scruggs lets it rip downfield. It's caught inside the 25. Taken down at the 20. Not exactly a great spot there. Looked more like the 18. That is Wilson. Coming off a fresh week. Got to sit out of practice. Keeping with that hurry up. And some more running room. Curtis down inside the 10. We've got goal to go as he's closing in on 800 yards rushing. Not too bad considering, again, we got 3 different running backs all getting playing time out there. Risky RPO. The freshman has got to learn how to read that properly. We're going to go up top here. A little bit more play action. Throws to Moses, who's going to lose even more. Perhaps they're actually going to be nice there and give us some forward progress. All at 3rd and goal here. Rough camera angles right now. We're going to get Coleman in motion. Bottom to the top. Scruggs has some time. He steps up. He throws. Diving touchdown, Jesus Moses. That's a shout out to the last few episodes. Jason Moses, but I can never forget the time we called him Jesus. Risky throw there, too. And I'm not sure he actually caught that one inside the end zone, but let's get this point after snapped. And we'll keep it on the board there. 7-0. Sac State. We'll hop into some more of this sim menu here. Just make sure I set that to normal first. Jason Moses. Didn't think he was going to have that big of an impact on this offense after the first handful of games. But he's come on strong here in the second half. Von Blue with a 25-yard scamper to midfield. And 27 more. This time it's caught Langston Lewis. It's a near red zone trip here. Jump in and see if we could help out this defense a little bit. It'll be Flores with 2 options at the bottom, 1 up top. Quick snap, he keeps, and big hit from the edge. What was his name, Mulligan? Mulligan, close enough. For how much time we spend up in the booth, close enough. And his play action. Flores throws across the middle, incomplete. Timely hit there. I like seeing the defense break up some passes. Does leave 3rd and 10, split backfield. 2 options up top and 2 Chippewas shift early. Left guard and running back. Back him up. Make it 3rd and 15. Change things to a 3-high look. Really try to protect the sticks, keep everything underneath. That's what we're looking for here. Flores, clean pocket. Pressure, though, builds. Bailey. He gets back there. Will not be a sack as Flores steps up, picking up about half a yard. But he shuts it down on 3rd and long, leaving 4th and 14. Taking this one from about the 32-yard line. It's a 42-yarder that is good for the Chippewas. They're at least on the board here, 7-3. With about 1:40 to play in the first quarter. Pretty happy with that, considering the big splash plays they got, the 25-yarder and the 27-yarder. Now, last time we did struggle to move the ball offensively while we were not out on the field, so let's see if we can turn that up a little bit here in Central Michigan. Not looking promising, though, the 3rd and 9, and it is thrown away Isaiah Scruggs. Not a dominant punt there either, so a short field as we enter the second quarter. 5 yards gained on 2nd and 8 leaves 3rd and 3. And that's not enough. Angel Flores short. Math again, not mathing. They're calling it 4th and 2, so probably about 4th and 1.5. They punt that ball away. So they don't have a very good kicker. 10-yard catch, Jordan Williams. Going to give us a little bit of some breathing room. 14 more yards, Jason Moses. So we're right back to a 3rd and long here. 15 yards, Jace Wilson. All right, we're just toying with the Chippewas right now. Penalty, will take that. Wavion Bird. Knocked away, though, by Matthew McKenzie. I'm assuming of no relation to Mar McKenzie. Or actually, wait, no, that's UAB series. Check that. 5-yard gain. We're down to the 28. I'm fine settling for a field goal attempt here. It is good. Josiah Stovall. We take back that touchdown lead midway through the second quarter. Defense with another quick stand. Love the 3 and outs. Let's take it back out onto the field here. Want to make sure we get a good balance of covering time, but also getting a good amount of action out there. Kuntz tries to blow up the play by taking out Scruggs in the backfield. Still managed to pick up about a yard here. Take it to the sideline view. Haven't seen much from Coleman today. And we have I think that was a Sticks guy that we're blending through. 116 yards passing so far in this one for Isaiah Scruggs. What are we looking at here? I like it. Rainey in the backfield. He'll take the carry left side. He's got some space. He's still running. 30, 20, angle closing. He trucks the man down at the 10, but taken down at the 8. I would love to see a sideline cam that just tracks along the running back. That would be great. Like a spider cam. I don't know if the Chippewas have a spider cam, though, set up inside their stadium. A 54-yard scamper from Sincere Rainey. We're going to look to go a little play action off of that. Might get Coleman out in some space down at the bottom. And it is play action. Thrown quick. It's to Kuntz. Instead will be a decent little gain there. Takes us down to the 4, about halving the distance. As we reach the 2-minute mark, indeed we do. Neither one of these angles great. Will stay up top. Looking for our first 2-score lead. It's Collins. He's got the space, and he's got the touchdown. Great blocking again for us up front. We've got some hog maulers out there. Might need to work a little bit on the pass pro, but that's a trade-off I'm willing to take. Bryant Collins with another rushing touchdown this year. We've got a tremendous backfield. Should be keeping around both Collins as well as Sincere Rainey for next season. And hopefully Isaiah Scruggs wants to stick around as well. I believe, though, he's more interested in brand exposure, so it's going to be tough to see if we could get him to stick around. We'll play a little bit more with the defense, looking to close out the first half of play with another defensive stand. And they will not get quite back to the 20 there on the return. UAB looking to clinch that title berth here. Split backfield for Flores. Going to break that up with some motion blue, but it is wrapped up down the middle instead. Maybe about half a yard on the gain. They'll change up their look, sending trips down to the bottom. Flores facing a four-man rush. He's going to look to step up. He found some space over the middle, giving himself up short of the first down. We've got a 3rd and 5. We're going to check in from up top here because we're trying to bring that blitz. It's picked up well, lofted downfield, one-on-one. It's incomplete, but they might get a flag there in the jostling for position. Nichols, the DPI. Good news, this is college football, not NFL, so it's 15 yards from the line of scrimmage, not a spot foul. But it is still a first down here for the Chippewas. As it's quarterback keep, looking to get up top. Good job there from 95 to wrap him up, keep that one short. Go back to the sideline view here. It's right next to our coach. Flores, once again, stepping up. I mean, take the free yardage, but gives himself up prior to the first down. I don't mind being a little aggressive here. 3rd and inches. We're going to go up top. Trips look up top, one down to the bottom. They hand it off, and Blue's got some space. Scampering down inside the 35. I would have thought going with our heavier set there would have done a better job matching up against the run, which I expected. Just didn't quite happen. Another handoff down the middle, Blue with another big run. They're putting something together here right now. 76 yards for him. Most of that coming off of a 25-yarder earlier, and those last 2 runs. RPO is up top and incomplete. That should have been picked and heading the other way. We needed Boogsy up there. Instead, it's 2 spread either side. 2nd and 10. Flores stepping up, and he's got some room. Him giving himself up just short of the first down. 3rd and inches. Chippewas only with 1 timeout remaining, so they hustle back to the line here. Snapping it with 20 seconds. Blitz is right down the middle and forces the throwaway. That should be intentional grounding. Not called. And they keep the offense out there. Keep an eye on Blue. As they keep it, quarterback Flores, he's got the blocks on the edge, and they've got the touchdown. Defense can't keep him out of the end zone here to close out the first half. That is, though, a big response for Central Michigan. They needed that one as Sac State starts the second half with the ball. Shooting off that cannon, 17-10 with a point after. At least assuming. That is just muscle memory from those edited series. But it is indeed 17-10. They're going to fire it off again. You guys got that many blanks? We'll just look to take this one to the second half. I don't want to get any greedy here. 13 seconds left. Yeah, hand it off to Curtis. We'll take this into the second half, still with that touchdown lead, and we'll continue trying to look for some of these primetime moments to jump in. A sack. Joey Van Wetzinga? I'd love to know if I pronounced that correctly. It's a 3-and-out to start the half. Central Michigan right now, they've got the momentum on their side. Von Blue has really picked up that pace, and he ties it with a near 60-yard rush. I'm going to assume right down the middle. That's where all their runs have come from. Here come the Chippewas. We've got to find a way to avoid a quick 3-and-out here. 3rd and 6, let's hop in. I'll make sure we find ourselves a nice mesh play. All right, Scruggs, we need this one. Bunch down to the bottom, one up top. They rush just 4. It's caught over the middle. Jace Williams, first down. Or Wilson, that is. Jace Wilson, first down. Hustling back up to the line here. We're going to look to send Moses, though, in motion, breaking up that bunch into a 2-by-2. Instant pancake. Passes once again over the middle. Caught this time. I believe that was Coleman. First time we got to call his name today. With the bunch back together to the bottom. More time here. Scruggs, though, goes with a check down. Williams. Slow turn, but does pick up a nice gain of about 6 yards there. We'll let some rotation happen. Get some fresh bodies in. Curtis the back. He's going to get the carry here right into the backer. Does a terrific job of stepping down for that one. So 3rd and 4 then at the 41. First down marker is about the 36.5-yard line. They bring the blitz. It's thrown out across the middle, but incomplete. Intended for Wilson. Offense, those going nowhere. Chippewas could really use with a stop here. Build that momentum even more. Throw, though, is caught. First down, Jason Moses. I thought we were going to get a scramble there from the quarterback, but instead he does find his target. Keeping his eyes downfield, handing this one off with the RPO to pick up 2. Single high safety here. Let's put some pressure on him. Or no, they check out of that. Well, if you're going to check out of that, so am I. Go a little RPO, pass to the outside. Moses with some running room as he tries to cut inside 3 different defenders, setting us up with a 1st and goal at the 9. We bring back in Bryant Collins at a rushing touchdown from inside the 10 in that first half. Cuts this one outside and only finds about a yard or 2. Appreciate, though, the reads. Being patient back there, trying to let those blocks develop. And this one's thrown up top. Going up for it and bringing it down was Moses. However, it is a little bit short of the goal line. So they bring out the big boys here then. And an instant rush. A blown up play. Collins staring down the running back. Big loss. We'll have to settle for the field goal then to put us ahead. 22-17. Sac State back in front. We're getting a good game, though, here against the Chippewas. They know what's on the line. We got to find a way to stop Blue. They call a fair catch. They had some running room. Look to bring a little bit of a blitz here on first down. Giving up the inside, though. They get a good crosser. Instead, they hand it off, and there's some more running room. Where's our line at? 157 yards scampering around this field for Blue. He's got them close to midfield. And really letting that one develop, but why not look to tackle both of them? Loss of 5 on the sack. We sent about 6 to 7 guys on that one. Might need to continue looking to do that in the remainder of this one. That was Zay Adams. Called his name a couple times today for some sacks. Leaving trips up top, 1 down below. 2nd and 15. They look to go to the air. On the comeback, it's caught, though not breaking the tackle. Those leave a 3rd and 4. That ball just short of the midfield line. The 52 defense versus a shotgun look. And they will look to pass this one over the middle. It's caught close to the mark, and it might just be the first down there with the help of Sac State. Big man should have pulled him backwards, not hit him forwards. As we are out of time here in the 3rd, we're going to the 4th. 22-17. We had ourselves that more open game last week. Now things once again get tight. 9 minutes to decide the victor. It's Chippewas with the empty set to start the 4th. Do a good job of picking up the line here, stepping up. There goes Flores, taking the contact after a gain of about 6. I feel like we got to bring more than just the traditional 4 here. Check down to the sidelines. This is a great view here. Motion into the backfield and across. Handoff Blue. And a good fill coming in from the slot corner. Actually, no, check that. I believe that's the safety in Carthian. 3rd and 3. Gonna be 2 up top, 1 down at the bottom, plus the tight end. Blues out of the backfield, stepping up and running. There's some room before giving himself up at the 30 goes Flores. A methodical drive here for the Chippewas. As it's back to Blue. Down the middle, he's going to grind out 5 more. He's closing in on 200 yards rushing. There goes our 75 yards per game. He's doubled that, plus more. Quarterback keep. As he looks to get the edge, he's got it. 10-5 lead for the Chippewas as the crowd goes crazy here in Central Michigan. With a point after, it will be 24-20. Coach Bobby Ellington's going to need his freshman quarterback and his team captain running back to lead a promising drive. Angel Flores with a keeper from the snap. Once again, this defense fails to contain the edge. I've noticed that as a trend here in 27. Love to hear if you guys have noticed that as well. There's the point after. As we've got a little under 7 minutes to work with here. Need a good return. As we do call the fair catch, I'll count that as a good return. Wouldn't mind taking up some time here as well. Another long, methodical drive for us. Let our defense try to recover. As Rainey gets the outside. And that's going to be a good gain, about 17-18 on it. If we're on the other hash, maybe. We'll stay up top here. 2 receivers tight to the line at the bottom. It's play action, throwing quick out the back. That's to Wilson. We've seemingly got him a lot more involved today. 4 catches. He averages 3 per game. 2nd and 4. It's back to the passing attack here. Scruggs throws over the middle, and it's dropped. The man was uncovered, and he dropped it. Is 4 down territory. Check into the sideline here. Bryant Collins in at running back. He's going to take the carry left side and not quite. We went for it earlier with the 4th and inches, and we didn't quite get the push. And they're not, again, going to let me change the play. I was in the middle of a play call change. All right, line, then. It's up to you here. 4th and inches. And we hand it off, and it's going to be short. Darryl Bryant Jr. and company there to stuff the play. That is 2 failed 4th downs in this game. And a short field for the Chippewas with that 4-point lead. Taking their time here pre-snap. As they go back to Blue, and still there's more running room. We're rocking a 52 defense. There's not much more we could do to try to cover these gaps. I mean, we're lined up straight up across the line. Blue finding more space. He's got to be over 200 yards. If not, he's very close to it. Down to at least field goal range, it would look like. That would give them a touchdown lead as we're inside 4 to play. They're changing up a lot here. RPO is caught. Gain of 4. Colin Payne with the catch. They're sticking with shotgun here, but they're rocking a lot of two tight end looks. Quarterback keeping, he's wrapped up. He should have handed that one off. Big loss on the play. Now you got a chance to get off the field here. I like to be smart about this one, though. They could pop up to pass, so let's try to get at least a hat on a hat, get a little bit of a rush in there. As we're inside, 3 to play, 3rd and 10. They are chewing clock. That play clock moves down to 3, 2, 1. They just get it snapped in time. They are looking for the pass. It's downfield, and it's picked off. Sac State with the ball. I don't know how he got it, but he got it. He might have ripped that one out of the hands of the receiver. The crowd doesn't agree. They're booing, but that's expected. Give me a replay of this. How did we get that ball? It looked like they had a not a touchdown, but a first down catch. Miles Tucker. Pressure builds. And no, he just straight up had it the whole way. That is, however, a long field for us. And we need the end zone for the go-ahead score. We start with a draw. Collins, double spin. He's got a decent little gain there. Call it 8 on play 1. Look to get back to the line here. I'd like to get 2 plays off here before the 2-minute breather if we can. Scruggs loads up, and he's got Williams. Flipping the field. We are down to the Oppo 40-yard line, as we're going to look to hustle back up to the line here. We do have 3 timeouts. Trying to at least gather ourselves a little bit here. Going to go with a quick play call change. Come on, get that snap off in time. No, he took too long. The freshman doesn't quite have the hurry up there we were looking for. It's fine. Had to change it due to the look the defense was in. That's a pretty wide split from the safeties. We're to go underneath. That's Coleman. First down here for the Hornets. Part of me wants to chew clock. I just don't trust how well the game's going to manage that here. Do need the end zone. And that run goes nowhere. Somehow they knew what was coming. Got to hustle back then. A little bit of some play action. Scruggs doesn't feel safe, dancing around in the pocket, gets rid of it last moment. It's 3rd and 10, obviously 4-down territory here. Would love to have my hard count, it's just not in here. Borders checks in at running back. He goes spread out. Throws this one away. What are you doing, dude? That puts it all right here then. 4th and 10. 1:18. We need a first down. Trips up top. One down to the bottom is Williams. They bring the extra man. Throws over the middle, and he misses. Couldn't get it to Coleman. Good news, we didn't use any of those timeouts then, but a first down kills it. Chippewa's looking for the big win at home, an upset win. It's blue, wrapped up in the backfield. We've seen some crazy games late. Are we in store for another one? They're going to spread out their look a little bit more here. It's a 3-receiver set. We're staying on our 52. They're going to look to pass this ball. Lofted downfield. Good coverage. And it's incomplete. 3rd and 11. Chance. Get the ball back here, even with a timeout to spare, as long as we could lock things down here. Double A-gap look, though we're dropping back into coverage. Pass rush forming. Forces the roll, and that's going to be a sack. We will get the ball back for one more chance. And we will have a timeout to spare. Derek Houston gets back to Flores, and we'll have less than a minute. Would have loved a shank on this, but we might get a decent return. At least we'll start by the 40-yard line. We've got 50 seconds. Got to use that last timeout at the right time. They know we're going to be looking to pass the ball here. It's all on the freshman, who's taking his time in the pocket, loads up, throws down the middle of the field, and it's incomplete into 3 different defenders. I'm talking about with this freshman, some of his decisions, not great. Keep an eye, though, on Smith Jr. here. They do keep that inside leverage. Still going that way, and that is your ball game. Sac State cannot clinch it here. It will go to the regular season finale against Hawaii. Darryl Bryant Jr. with the pick. Man, we came up close, but we just couldn't get that clutch drive here late in the game. Flores, Angel Flores. What a game, though, here for the Chippewas. They get a big win, and they become bowl eligible. Who knows? Maybe there's a chance we see them in a bowl game. Von Blue, though, I mean, only a $184. It really felt like he had about 300 yards rushing in this one. We did find a way to kind of take him out of the game there late, but Angel Flores then showed up. Man, what a game, though. What a game. If you guys are enjoying things, I want to make sure you see more if you haven't already. Go ahead, hit that bell icon down below so you get notified when any and everything happen here on this channel. That one feels like a miss, though. We'll get one more week to clinch. We are 7-4. We'll see where those dominoes fall. Do have the week off here as well, so we could try to get ourselves recovered. Check in here, and we have taken Arizona out of the race with that one. That's big. In that case, I wouldn't mind maybe trying to push some other points elsewhere then. We're not giving him an offer yet? Oh, we have. Okay. Now I see it. I was just blind before. Jabo, good push there. I would like to get him inside that top 5 before we put in that offer. Big jump here for Singleton. Like seeing that. Add a little bit more on there as well. Big jump, and Rutgers pulled their offer. Again, even more good news for us. Schultz still is being very stingy here. We upped what we were offering him before. Let's turn this into a 25-point offer. Benedict's going to need even more here. That one may make it to the offseason. I'm not sold on it. Nope, don't want to leave yet. Double check. Make sure everyone who is inside the top 5 does have an offer from us. And we do not have one in here for Agood yet. We're going to have to pull the 5 points there to give him that offer. He doesn't want any NIL, so that works fine for me. Especially as South Alabama's making that push. No offer here. Rinse and repeat. Ooh, push coming in here from Sam Houston. We'll see if we can get them to run away by putting in that offer. Also need to make sure we're leaving some offer. I actually had him already with the offer. Make sure we're leaving ourselves with some offers to still, or scholarships to still give out when we get to the postseason too. But I still know we need to make sure we're bringing in these guys. We need the depth at a lot of positions. And still, again, we got that 80 expectation of a top 100 class. So, pressure's on for sure. And we drop here for Ben Bickley. I'm just not sold on a lot of these linebackers. I mean, he might have some speed and decent awareness here, but I'm just not going to be able to keep up with that runner right now. So I think we're going to have to pull that. And for a good, since there is that pressure behind, we will put the 5 back on him. We'll call that one good for now. Try to get ourselves rested up for that final week to see where we are and what our chances are clinching that conference title berth, that is. Seems like we're actually pretty healthy. We'll just take a scroll through here real quick to make sure there's no one of increased chance of injury. And actually, we're looking pretty healthy. Always forget to hit A there. Go back in, hit A, confirm. Coach Bobby Ellington is making them get that full. Thought he was injured. Yeah, obviously he's not going to be doing anything. He's injured. I think it gave me that menu pop up before. But Coach is making them practice here for 2 weeks for this regular season finale. We'll move on to that week. See what the standings are looking like. It was a tight race. We could have fallen, depending on these last 2 simulated weeks for everyone else. Deal breaker, but it actually looked fine there, so we might just be fine there. Yeah, we're meeting the D-. Nothing crazy, but we're meeting it. Drawing out a little bit of the drama here. See where we end up. She'll be getting close to getting that at least verbal commit there. Jabo feeling pretty good. No one's making that push. We need some more points here for Singleton. I think we're going to have to go with a send the house. Try to get us competing back here with Oregon State, who made another entrance into that battle. Looking good there. Bowling Green didn't put in an offer here for Schultz. We're not quite into the top 5 yet, so I'm waiting there. We are inside. Actually, no, we're not. Lizzie has narrowed it down to his top 5. Somehow we're still in it, but we're not at the same time. Let's move that up to 15 for now and see if we up at all. I mean, that one seems a little confusing to me. Seems like we should be blocked out on it. That's a good push, Northern Illinois. And we didn't offer anything here. It is a 1-star, so I'm not really trying to pay 1 stars, but he does have some decent finesse. Possibly really good speed as well. We're going to give him 5. We're going to see how much that sways that one in our favor. Because we're also dealing with the fact that we're not in a pipeline either. Looking good there. Yeah. We don't have the hours to put back on these guys, unfortunately. We had to put hours elsewhere. Or at least have the offer in there, so hopefully that'll help us continue trying to drag out some of these. And frankly, if we get to the off season and we have some of these guys who are 1-stars, we're not even inside the top 5 yet, and we've been giving them a little bit all week, those are going to be guys we might look to take off our board and put on some transfers. Because Coach wants to get involved in that transfer portal. Again, looking for guys who want some playing time from all the other California schools. We should be good here because we were pretty good last week. So looks to be the case. I'll just take another quick scroll. All that good. Confirm it this time. See, that time we didn't have the pop-up. But what are things looking like here in the regular season finale? We're still on top. Now, we already beat Eastern Michigan in the head-to-head to open the season, so the only real threat right now is Miami University. If we lose, Miami wins. They take it from us. So we still have to win this game. All right, then. We know what we have to do. Conference title berth will be played against Hawaii in Hawaii. They have any fun uniforms? Got the black, got a white. That's it? Okay. I want them to wear their green. They seriously don't have a green jersey in this game? Okay, then. I don't think I'm crazy. Pretty sure they still have a green jersey in real life, but get my crazy face on out of here. We head into this regular season finale. Needing something big here. Pull off a win, or frankly, if we get an update that Miami loses, we can clinch that way as well. At least we got a nice place to play. Rainbow Warriors take the field. Didn't check what their record was. Last I saw, I want to say 5-win. They might be looking for bowl eligibility here as well. Or no, they did get it last week. 6-5. So both teams bowl eligible. Right now it's just about placement. Hawaii could look to try to bust things up, though, for us. Let's get this game underway. Hawaii with the boot. We are set to return with the touchback. We'll begin at the 25-yard line. Mark Curtis, only 4 rushing touchdowns this year, but 8-11, averaging 6 yards a pop. Look, we maybe got a little pass heavy in that last game, and it might have cost us a little bit. We're going to try to dial that in a bit more today. As it is Curtis here with a run. We'll find 3. That works out well for us. Again, 3 to 4 yards of play, you're golden. I don't know what's going on here. Oh, they got some rally towels or something going. Not sure how much of that view we're going to be able to use then as we pick up another 3. It's 3rd and 4. They're playing backed off too high. They bring the extra man, leaves the guy open underneath. That is Wilson, 1st down. Might look to maybe incorporate a little bit more of some hurry up. Handing this one off, Curtis. He's taken down, though, at the line. At most, it's about 1. Going to wear down this defense here early. Passes over the middle. It's caught. Once again, Wilson. Unfortunately, there's no gain on that. We'll get back to the line then as they look to protect the sticks. 4-man rush. Chucking this one downfield once again into triple coverage. It is incomplete. And a shaken up Rainbow Warrior. He'll make his way to the sideline with the rest of the defense. We might just focus a bit more here on the offense, at least initially, because they were the ones that were a little bit sluggish. So obviously the defense gave up a lot of rushing yards too. Thrown away, Alejado. And a sack, Derek Houston. That sets up 3rd and 20, and it is just thrown away by Alejado. Excuse me. Good start defense. Incomplete again. 12-yard catch by Jamar Curtis. We can't get the running lanes open. Got to get him going in the receiving game. 3rd and 4. And that's 10 yards to Jordan Williams. Let's check in here as we move inside the 25. We'll go from the sideline view. Got to find the end zone this drive. Another short catch. We'll call that one 4, though. It's not too bad. We also haven't been running too much power, though. Still, the team is not necessarily built for it quite yet. Curtis finding some running room here. Tries to cut this one outside, and he's going to lose some forward progress with that. Try a little bit of a draw here for the defense maybe to take that step back. It's Collins with a handoff. He's got the first down here and just about an extra yard. Not much extra. Get him relined back up. Send Wilson up top. Williams down to the bottom. It's to Collins. He's got a convoy in front. They get their blocks, and we got a touchdown. That's a good way to start here. Needed that drive. Put us in front. We got to find a way to get in front early and control this game. The running game can help us do that. Also, the lack of a running game on the other side would also be a big help as well. I forgot to pause the music. Let's go ahead and do that. Pretty good, though. I went 2 games and a little bit into the last game before I made that mistake. Attack on the PAT. We'll go back to the sim screen here. Again, we're looking for key moments in this one. We continue to play well here defensively. I jinxed that. 28-yard Cam Barfield run. Alejado to follow with a couple. Another big play here. Ashlock down to around the 27. Passes thrown away. Alejado. 2nd and 10. 17 more. It's down inside the 15. We might as well check into this ball game. Try to bring some pressure here against the 4-receiver set. Not a huge fan of the up top view. We might just stick mostly to the field view here, and that's not going to be much of a run for Barfield. Taken down for a loss. Be a big game for the front 7 to step up. Alejado looking for a pass here. He throws up top, and that'll be caught at the line. Nothing more, nothing less. 3 first downs here for Hawaii. 5 for Sac State. Well, they're going to need 13 yards for a first down here. Trips down to the bottom, leaves 1 up top. Alejado barking out some calls, getting them set. They will look to go to the air here. Pass rush down the middle, and it leaves it open over the middle for a 1st and goal at the 1. A half step away from picking up the sack and nearly giving up the touchdown. A little bit of up and down here for us in this first quarter. Looking to clinch a title game appearance. Well, they're coming out in a 4-receiver set. I'm thinking we might go bigs here. Really, neither one of these is a great view. I guess we'll stay closer. And apparently I need to change out my controller batteries. We'll look to do that after we wrap up with whatever this drive ends in. Good stuff there at the 1. Hawaii stays with their shotgun look. Keeper here, Alejado, and he will have the touchdown. Tying this game up is Hawaii. 7-7. 2 plays inside the second quarter. While they do their celebration, let me roll back here and get some batteries. Go ahead and pause that up for a moment while I get these changed out. There's the pop-up. Apparently, I never checked the wear and tear of the batteries, right? All right. We're back in action. We will, however, start jumping to that sim menu again, trying to get us into another good position. And that's a good way to start. Jordan Williams with 14. Been a little bit up and down. He's had some big games. He's had some non-existent games. Penalty there is not going to help out on Bryson Summers. 2nd and 20. Isaiah Scruggs only manages one. 3rd and 18, and it is incomplete for Jace Wilson. I feel like he's been really staring down Wilson of late. Not sure what that's all about. 24-yard rush. Mike Alejado. There we close it down from there. 3rd and 10. There we go. Good response there from the defense. We're going to hit back out here with the team. See if we can get ourselves a scoring drive. And we got to win this game, send ourselves to the bowl, or send ourselves to the title game and a nice bowl game. We got to find a way, though, to get this running game really going. I need to call a little bit more play action. Kind of go up top with this. Let me know if those waving towels are a nuisance, and we'll just avoid it in this stadium. But we do set up a 3rd and 4. Tight shotgun look. Scruggs has got some time. He's going to step up, though, near the rush. Throws it out late. Flag coming down. This might be a late hit on the quarterback. Are they going to get offensive pass interference? Illegal touching. Did Rainey step out of bounds there? I'm confused. Oh, come on. What are you doing, Rainey? Yeah, he stepped out of bounds. Not going to go for it with that 4th and 2. Man, simple mistakes like that could cost us a chance at the MAC title game. And an injury here to Derek Houston. Don't like seeing that. 3rd and 5, and we give up 10. That's knocked away, though, by Nichols. Back to a 3rd and long. And a sack comes in. Xavier Williams. Defense gives us a short field here as we will look to take advantage. Short earth field. Ellie starting at the 38. A little bit of some play action. Quick rush and lofting this one downfield. Too tall for Coleman. It's not been the best showing, I feel like, for Scruggs. We go draw. Need this running game to produce, and right now it just simply is not. Timeout call for the Rainbow Warriors. If we can't get them well established with normal runs, let's try to get them established perhaps with some halfback screen usage. 3rd and 8. It's Rainey in the ball game. He's going to get it with some space up the sideline. 40, 30, angle closing, dragged down as he crosses the 10. Oh, it looks like they're going to mark him down at the 11. And if we can't find a way to get them going here traditionally, we're going to have to get them going receiving because we've got 3 running backs who can have a big impact on this game. Little RPO, it's Moses. He looks to take on the safety, taken down at the 6. That might have just been Hawaii's last time out. Indeed it is, leaving about 1:39. A little bit of a weak eye here. I don't actually like that check out of that. That looks better to me. Sitting in the pocket and couldn't quite get it to Collins. Looked like that was the intended target. 3rd and 5. Looks like they could potentially sell out here. Stay down at the sideline. Throwing quick. It is caught by Williams, but that's not how that play is supposed to be ran. Either way, we're going to have to settle here. Stovall with a field goal attempt, dead center, and he's got it. We do take the lead here before halftime, 10-7. No timeouts for Hawaii, leaving about a minute for them to work with post-kick. We will stay in, though, with this defense to see if we can make sure we don't give it up. Hawaii has had a couple splash plays. Look for the return here and spun down short of the 20. Also looked like we're pretty beat up there defensively. So we need this halftime to try to recover. Alejado throws up top. It's caught. Not going to be much after the catch, but a gain of 5. And we'll hustle back to the line again. They spent all of their timeouts defensively. Quick throw is dropped over the middle. I believe he heard the footsteps. 6 for 13 is Alejado. So again, it's not been anything crazy for either of these offenses in this low-scoring first half. Line has done a terrific job, too, of giving him time as he looks to buy time for someone to get open. No one does. It is a sack, and we let some precious time come off the clock there. We should have called that timeout earlier. We'll get it stopped with about 38 to play. We're going to look for a good return here. Like to at least get back into field goal range, see if Stovall can hit another one. Good punt, though. That is caught around the 22, 23. Looking for a good return here, though, and scooting out is Wilson, setting us up at the 45-yard line. We'll have 28 seconds, 1 timeout. Scruggs, clean pocket, throws, first down to Williams. That'll pause the clock for just a moment. The team hustle backs up to the line here. Under center and snapping that ball. They're going with the fake end around, and this is going to be a big sack. It is Zorma Patello. Looks like coach is just going to let this clock run on down to a couple seconds. Called that final timeout, and he's going to let this one fly. Don't necessarily have a very strong arm on the team, but let's see how far this one can get. Defense looks to be playing back in prevent. They only send 3. One guy's on the ground, and it is lofted towards the sideline for Moses and well short of the end zone. So to halftime we go here in a tight ball game. Rainbow Warriors will get the ball to start the second half. They trail by 3. Really, this has just been a defensive game in this entire stretch. Neither offense really looking particularly all that good. Couple standout plays, but been about it. Good one to start here for Hawaii, but they haven't been able to finish. 15 yards, though, goes to Ashlock. They're down to around the 33. I think it's time then that we look to check in and look to perhaps bring a little bit of some pressure. Got a nice sunset happening here as well. Isn't that a nice view? Field looks very fake. Handoff up top and wrapped up Carthian. That's a really good play from the freshman safety. We could use, though, with a pick. Ugsy Silvera playing safety up top. Throwing around him, but it is caught. First down here, Hawaii. They are down to the 11-yard line. Going with a spread look, 2-by-2, double A-gap look from the defense. Alejado, though, he's barking out some calls. He might be trying to attack the center. That's exactly where they go, but it is incomplete. A couple defenders sat there waiting, Miles Tucker included. I go up top here. I think it's just a little bit of a better view with this angle. And it's a handoff up top. They got the edge. They got the touchdown. Hawaii opens up the second half with a Barfield run for the lead. With a point after, that'll make it 14-10. It was all up to Sac State. Right now, it's not feeling like it is. Need an answer here from the offense, and it starts with a throwaway. 3 yards to Curtis, and thrown away again. Yeah, we might just need to control the offense. They're not calling things like I wish they would. 29-yard rush for Barfield. He's looking to get hot as Carson Brown pops up with another big play. One of our defensive linemen now out. 3rd and 7. And it's a touchdown to Pofele Ashlock. It's now a 2-score lead here for the Rainbow Warriors at home. We're going to have to try to dig ourselves out of this hole. Let's take it to the field then. Sac State still right now holding on. Do need to keep an update or keep an eye on the bottom here for Mac and see if we had a big loss for Miami of Ohio. Good run there to start the drive though. Looking for a big boy run here. Following the pulling guard. That's another good one for 8. Got to get the run game established. It's going to help out our quarterback a lot. Curtis with another touch. Not a touchdown run, another touch. But not a touchdown. First down. Would love to see a touchdown right here, though. Quick throw is over the middle. Will be for a minimal gain. Call it about 3. And it's back to Curtis. Curtis can't quite get that one outside. Picks up a couple. We've got ourselves a 3rd and 5. Feel more comfortable here making this a 4-down territory situation. Rainbow Warriors stacking the line, but do drop back. Throwing downfield. It's a diving snag, though. That one should have been a touchdown. We will settle for the first down to Williams. They hustle back to the line here. Bunch up top. They bring the blitz. Scruggs sits and eats that sack. Big loss of 10. Sometimes you just got to get rid of it. Be 2 down to the bottom, 1 up top. And more pass rush. Pass, though, is out and caught by Williams. They'll pick up the lost yardage. Now we need to get the first down here. Change up the look a little bit. We'll send 2 up top. 1 plus a tight end down to the bottom. They bring the delayed blitz. That's open downfield. It is caught, but just short of the first down marker. We're going to look to get back to the line here. 4th and 1. Little RPO. They go with a quick slant, and I don't know about that. That might have been a little bit early. No penalty called, though. Let's check in on that. Our boy Moses just got lit up. Contact definitely made prior to the ball getting there. Both players, though, going for the ball. We've seen that call go both ways. This time it just doesn't go for us. Turnover on downs. Alejado stepping up and does not escape the pocket. That one will be a sack. Only a loss of 1 on the play. 2 up top, 1 down to the bottom here for Alejado. We haven't seen any big runs for them while we've been out here. So again, cross fingers, knock on wood, we don't jinx ourselves again. Check down throw is caught for about 5 and takes us to the final quarter here of the regular season. Rainbow Warriors on top, looking to take down top of the division, Sac State Hornets. If they do, we could see ourselves fall out of the running for that title appearance. I have not seen any sort of MAC updates at the bottom. I've seen pretty much every conference other than the MAC. We get the 4th quarter underway. 3rd and 6, we bring that blitz. This is lofted downfield. He is open, but a great play from the freshman safety. He tracks over to swat it away. We will get the ball back here. This has got to be a scoring drive, though. We are down 11. Wilson with a decent return. We've had some pretty solid field position to start. We just haven't been able to knock that one into the end zone. 2nd drive of the game, we had a touchdown. Haven't been back since. We throw over the middle. That one's going to be caught. Wilson. Feel like we're going to be doing a lot of hurry up for the rest of this game. We are back to the line here. This one's to Curtis, and he's denied down the middle, plus an injury. Looks like some back spasms, perhaps, to Summers. Got to get 4 yards. They rush extra. Pressure gets back there, and it's another well-timed hit. Pass falls incomplete. Got to go for it here. We are not inside field goal range. It's 4th and a long 4. Scruggs facing that rush. He gets it out. That's going to be a first down and more. 12 with the catch. Couldn't tell you the name there. Looks like we had some rotation for that 4th down, getting some fresh legs out there. That was Smith Jr. 4-man rush. Picked up well. Throwing downfield. It's a diving snag. Again, unsure who that was. It might have been back to Smith. See if we get Curtis here on the screen. With some blockers in front. Shake by one. Shake by another. And it's a 1st and goal down at the 3. Negative 21 yards and sacks against Scruggs. Check down to the sideline view here. Throws out to Curtis. One to beat. He gets the juke. Here comes another. He jukes him by. And there's the score we need. Drawing this back to a 1-score game in the 4th quarter. And we left a bunch of time on that clock. DeMar Curtis. Now we were trailing by 11. So exactly what I was thinking. We got to keep this offense on the field here. Look to make this a field goal game. Go with the top-up view. Or not. That flag or towel's in the way. Scruggs under pressure, and he panics. Doesn't find anywhere to go with it. We're going to need another touchdown. We'll say he's not been playing well under pressure in this one. Need our defense to come through with a stop. 3rd and 6. Give up 7. 29 yards to Salavea. Ashlock for 16 more. They're back to the red zone. Got to stand tall here right now. We are down by 5. Letting up a field goal. Back to an 8-point lead. Handing off here, Barfield. He's got some space to scamper down the middle. 1st down and goal. I have to bring out the big boys. We let another running back go over 100 on us. And it's a keeper here. Alejado taken down at the 9. Be a great time for someone on this defense to force a turnover. Bugsy Silvera would be great. Pitches back. He's got the angle, and that's a touchdown here for the Rainbow Warriors. We are in another hole. We're going to need our quarterback to step up. No, he's just a freshman, but now or never right now. Mack going across the bottom, and just like that, it's gone. So I did not see an update there on Miami of Ohio. If you guys did, let me know in the chat. And stopped up around the 20 there. All right, we're going to have to move quickly and efficiently. Come on now, Scruggs. Checking this one down to Curtis. Unable to shake. That's a loss of 6 to start the drive. Going to have to hustle back. We need someone to step up. We need some big plays. Throwing over the middle, that's Cott Williams. He's running up the sideline and shoved out around the 33-yard line. That one will, however, give us a moment to try to reset. We're up to the 34 now with 3:44 and counting. They bring the extra blitz. Thrown out wide, caught, first down. That one either was to Williams or to Wilson. I believe that was Wilson. Back to it. Scruggs. Lofting this one. Jump ball to Moses is incomplete. I know he's made some big plays for us, but maybe don't arc that one so much. Stepping up, Scruggs rolling down to the bottom. He's under pressure, and he's going to get rid of it to the track. All right, let's see if we can get the ball in the hands of Curtis here with some space to the field side. And they are all over it. 4th and 16. Our season could rest on this play right here. They rush 4. Thrown downfield, and they've got him! That's a touchdown! What a strike to Smith! He goes right up the hashes. We're not out of this one yet. And frankly, it doesn't matter if we go for 2 or not here. We still would need a touchdown. What a throw. That's what I'm talking about. Every now and then, this quarterback makes it look easy. We'll send out Stovall here. Point after is good. We got a 5-point ball game. Now, 2 ways we could try to go about this. If we went for 2, I think we could have potentially... Well, no, still wouldn't be giving us what I was looking for there anyway. We're going to have to kick this one off. Got to keep them away from field goal range. I also need the ball back extremely quick. Y will return. Good spin and taken down. Still about the 20. They hand this one off. It's going up top. Limited space gained, and timeout's going to have to not be called there against us as we are outside 2 minutes to play. It's still an unfortunate injury, but it does work in our favor. Stops the clock, 2:50, and we hold on to all 3 timeouts. Now they'll look to go to the air. Throws downfield, and they've got the first down and more. Crossing the 40. Guess it's a good thing that we didn't end up calling that timeout then. We're going to need them now. We'll also get the 2-minute breather. Stacking the box here. And they do hand this one off. Good fill, good wrap. That's what we like to see. Way to stand tall, linebacker. Now they can still look to pass the ball here. We need to be aggressive, but also need to make sure we're not letting anyone freely by. 2nd and 10. It's a play action. Throw downfield, and he is open. That's going to be a touchdown. Play the sad music. Just can't seem to get it done. Harris with the catch. Well, we're going to need another quick score. We're going to need an onside and another score. Still, let me know if you've seen a loss pop up for Miami of Ohio down below. I've been trying to keep an eye there, but just haven't seen it pop up. They could potentially be playing a later game. We'll start at the 25 then. Inside 2 to play. We had a big strike with Smith on the last drive for the score. Got a little bit lucky on 4th down. Scruggs throws over the middle. Caught short of the first down. Miami University fell to Western Michigan. So we could be safe. Even with a tumultuous end here in the last couple games of the regular season, failing to complete our goal on our own terms. We're not done yet. We're still fighting. That spike uncatchable to Curtis. Minute 23. And throwing this one towards the sideline, and too much to the sideline. Not out of bounds. We also just haven't been able to really see Coleman step up and do what we expect him to do as our star receiver, at least on paper. Close to first down. We'll stop that clock for just a moment. That was caught by Williams. Scruggs, clean pocket, throws, caught over the middle, back to Williams. Everyone's trying to make their plays right now, trying to hold on to these timeouts potentially too if we need it for defense. Throws underneath. That is to Curtis, but it's possible we should have called one there, but we're going to go with hurry up instead. Everyone stayed close to the line. And that one's going to be picked off. It's going the other way. Scruggs at least gets involved there with the tackle. He's just not quite there yet. He's got potential to be a really good quarterback, I think, for us, but there are a lot of things he needs to work on. Some of these reads, getting the ball there in time, because if he had a stronger arm, some of these reads are fine, but he's just not throwing what his arm strength is. Big play made. Houston back out onto the field. It looks like Hawaii will be taking this game, and we've got to hope that that loss for Miami truly does send us into the title game. And that run is going to go ahead and do it. They will look to kneel this one out. With 2 games to try to clinch the division title, we lose back-to-back games. We head then to the hub, hoping again, fingers crossed, knock on wood, that Miami loss bails us out. Alejado did a great job of just managing that game. We've got some information to go search and find, so let's bring back in the music. Let's find out. Do we have ourselves 2 more games to play today? Do we have a chance at the MAC title? Well, single season record is broken by Xavier Williams. He set the sack record. That is the only record we went ahead and set. Okay. Well, let's move on to the next week. Let's find out. We're going to have to sim another week. In fact, we might have to sim a couple more weeks here at the end before we find out. We could at least look at the standings right now. And there are a couple different weeks, 14 and 15 before conference championship week. As it looks right now, we did fall. I think we cost ourselves a chance at that title. We beat Eastern Michigan. We beat Ball State. But I think we lost to what? No, we lost to Central Michigan. I don't think we played against Western Michigan. No. But they won their last 2 games. We lost our last 2 games. We might just be going for a bowl game, boys. It was right there. But we just didn't get it done. Let's go over our health here. Make sure we're at least ready for a bowl game. Why can't I give him week off? Okay, then. Guess I can't give anyone a week off. We're going to go no practice here for Weber. Want to get him healthy. Blank, you look good. Confirm that. We're going to hop through a couple weeks and see if any miracles happen. Again, I don't imagine that there will be. Man. Something more for us to work towards then in Season 2. It can't be all glory Season 1. But we still made a bowl game. Or at least eligible for a bowl game. Check in again here on our health. We go no practice here for Houston. Get that foot fully healed. We should be plenty healthy to go play a good bowl game. Now, what bowl game is it going to be? Not sure. Again, we were originally in line for the Ventures Bowl. Also, we were not checking in whatsoever on our recruiting. That might have been a big miss. I might have been a little eager there. We're going to have to check in on that. Or actually, we can't. So that might have been a real big miss then for us. No commits come in. So we definitely didn't make the conference championship. The last 2 weeks took us out. Fully healthy, though. We'll give everyone a full practice. Obviously, outside the one man who's still injured. We've missing him for most of the season. And what are we looking at then for Conference Championship Week? For Conference USA, Sam Houston at 6-6 versus Liberty 9-3. Pac-12 is Fresno State and Boise State. 2 new additions go first year. Mountain West is NDSU and UNLV. ACC, Miami and Louisville. Big 12, Utah, Texas Tech. MAC is indeed Western Michigan and Eastern Michigan. So the Michigans get to have some fun. Sun Belt is App State and Arkansas State. USF and Memphis in the American. Oklahoma and LSU for the SEC. And lastly, Big 10 is West Coast, UCLA and Oregon. Now, before we sim onto this next week here, I'm just going to need to take a quick restroom break, and then we are going to wrap up our Season 1. Next time, indeed, will be the off season, so let me make sure, indeed, we have the music playing in the background. I'm going to take my face off of here, and we will be right back. Don't you go anywhere. Boy, this offense, wow, that doesn't make much sense. This office is getting toasty. Up to 77 degrees in here. I might just have to turn up that fan a little bit more. All right, then. We got to find out what bowl game we are playing as we get on to actually, wait a second, conference championship week. Is this managed staff week? Indeed it is. Actually, I mean, I know they have some low prestige ratings. It also cost us some money to try to hire some new people. I do like our offensive coordinator in terms of at least what he can do. His recruiting is really, really good. I mean, he helps us out a lot, even with a couple transfers. Surprisingly, he actually helps us out a little bit more defensively than offensively. But we could potentially look for an upgrade. It would also help us when we're trying to potentially bring in some transfers. We've got ourselves some better rated coaches. I think the defense was a little bit rough. Pipeline of Arizona, not bad. You know, his talent tree doesn't really do much for us. I think we are going to fire our defensive coordinator. And I think we will also fire our OC. He doesn't match the direction we're looking to take this offense in anyway, which is that pro style. So Coach Bobby Ellington, as we go into our first bowl game, he's going to have to kind of take over the whole team here, because we can't hire anyone yet. And we'll probably start the offseason with that decision, or perhaps we might be able to hire in someone if there's someone good before the bowl game. Though if we wait to the end of the season, there might be more candidates there. So we'll see, but we've got to find out where we're ending our final game of the year. We are bowl eligible. Nearly made the MAC title game. And indeed, we did miss out on Gizzy at receiver. I mean, there was a lot of receivers we were looking at, so it's fine. I mean, look, we got Ojabo, Session in there, Pasco, Banks. So I think it's all right if we miss out on one. Still a miss. Heisman, that's right. I didn't even check to see. I mean, I doubt we had anyone in the candidacy here for the Heisman. I don't think anyone had that big of a season.
Ceremony presented by EA Sports. I'm Chris Fowler.
Go ahead and pause up the background music too, because there's other background music. John Mateer, always in this list, 42 touchdowns, 70%. Not too shabby.
And one of these guys will become the 91st.
Darian Mensa, 38 and 64, leaning towards Mateer.
A somewhat surprising group, if we're being honest. At the beginning of the season, you might not have thought these would be your four finalists.
Surprising group? I mean, Jackson Harris, a receiver in there. I don't think he's getting it with only 8 touchdowns, though. I'm still thinking Mateer.
Reminder of how good each of their 4 seasons were.
And Michael Van Buren, USF quarterback, 43 and 60. I still think it's going to Mateer.
And the trophy is in the room.
I do like seeing a little bit more variety here.
These are very nervous moments. Only one of them will have their name read. Only one of them will join this exclusive fraternity.
Who's it gonna be? Leave your thoughts.
And one more look at this year's Heisman finalist. One of these guys is about to experience a life-changing moment.
John Mateer, Darian Mensa, Jackson Harris, and Michael Van Buren Jr.
Trophy for this season.
I don't think I'm a big fan of the USF font for the numbers.
And the winner of the 2026 Heisman Trophy is Michael Van Buren, junior quarterback out of USF.
Okay, then. Quarterback out of USF, Michael Van Buren Jr. I didn't think, well, he must have had some better rushing ratings then, because Mateer's passing was better. He had about 100 more yards. I think maybe one less passing touchdown, but a 7% higher completion percentage.
And one final congratulations to
Alrighty.
This year's Heisman Trophy.
One day we might just get a Sac State player up there. Michael Van Buren Jr. Any love for us trophy-wise? No, but we do get Cal for the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl. Where's that one played at? El Paso. All right, so 2 Cali teams heading to Texas. I'm sure they're going to love that. Review job offers. Coach Bobby Ellington does actually have some other offers. Oregon State and Troy. Why does Alabama have a head coaching job open? They fired DeBoer. Michigan retired. Fired Mike Elko. Dabo Sweeney got fired. Cloud fired. Norvell fired. Key fired. A lot of fires. Technically, they fired Bill Belichick or his girlfriend. We obviously know we're not going anywhere, though. Early National Signing Day. We know we can't do anything there. Hire staff. We could take a little peek. What do we got available here? So, oh, that's right. You can poach. Forgot about that. You could try to hire away coaches that are somewhere else. Now, I am looking probably for some more help in the recruiting side of things. Not much interest here for Adam Austin. Also looking for more of a pro style. We have that with Chet Boyce. So he's a DC. That wouldn't really, I think, fit very well. Tactician. I'm just looking to see if we can find a fit here offensively. No. No, we really can't. We could maybe go with something like a power spread that would still fit fairly close to what we do. There is Matthew Badgett. Another DC, though. There's just not many options to exactly match up with what we're looking for then. So back up to Chet Boyce. He is a D prestige, D minus prestige. And he hasn't unlocked anything? He'd be very cheap. Oh, there we go. Now we could actually check. Yeah, he hasn't unlocked anything. Not very promising. So they're saying that these level 11 tacticians, so he must have something. We just can't really see it. You know, we don't really have a great fit. I don't know if this is our only chance, though, to put in offers. You have 90 to hire. I think we're going to try just not hiring someone. Is it the same options when it comes to the defense? No, it is slightly different. We are looking for a 4-2-5. Why are they not showing me their defensive scheme? It just shows offense. It also doesn't tell me what their pipeline is. Really not helpful at all. We just wanted to take a look. Alfonso Lake. Yeah, you don't give me any more information here either. I'm not sure I'm a big fan of this hiring process. Huh. I think we're just going to wait for now, see if there's more job openings. Because it doesn't look good. Worst case is we'll do. We'll save it because we're not to the bowl game week yet. So we'll save it. We'll go to the next week. And then from there, if we do not have the option or they auto-hire, then we'll come back. I think that makes the most sense. Because those did not look like good opportunities whatsoever. Let's get us saved up here. We'll double save as always. All right, now we'll go forward. We'll see if we got something better. Also, did they want that by National Signing Day? We do not have a top 100 class. But that's National Signing Day. This is early National Signing Day. So we still got time there. You want to check in to see where we are, though. So we did sign Ebikadi. We did sign Gooden. We were inside the top 3 for Vi Mafi, but we're not quite there yet. Jabo, we got a position battle for Singleton, or a recruiting battle for Singleton. Looking good. We are very close to getting Clint Subtle. Lizzie did go ahead and commit elsewhere. We're going to take him off our board. Another recruiting battle here for Benedict. OBU coming in here. ODU coming in here for Mayweather. Once again, Georgia State trying to make a push. Looks like both of us kind of led off Kent State and us for Licata. I wonder if it's still going to be the same as last year that teams just stopped going after high school guys in the offseason. We'll find that all out next time and make sure you don't miss it if you haven't already. Hit that bell icon in the bottom right corner of your screen. No more delays, though. Let's get over to next week. See if we can still hire if it truly is just that week. Do get a upgrade here for our coach, Bobby Ellington. And looks like we can still hire staff. That's good news. Double check in here on our health. No, all looking good. No injuries. Love to see it. I was waiting for that to be the time we actually got an injury, and it was like Curtis or something. So anyone new then? Yeah, they definitely didn't hire anyone for us. Still looks the same. So what was the power spread guy? He is a recruiter. And we just don't have any information, or he truly just isn't developed at all, which would surprise me because he says he's a what, level 11? I think it might be the power spread guy. He's a level 10. Technically, that's a higher level than our coach. But again, there might be more options in the offseason, so we might just push that then, just to see if more things open up later. Because none of them look great anyway. Well, enough dilly-dallying here. Let's get into our final game of the season. Sac State in year 1 makes the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl. I feel like we got to have some fun uniforms for this. We go black and black. Maybe black and white. You know, it's at least something new. Seems a little bit disjointed, but we don't have a secondary white that focuses more on the gold, so it's just going to be what it is. Let's get on into this final game here then for today. Let's get my face on out of here as well. I didn't turn the music back on. That's a miss on my side, guys. Apologize for that. And Coach Bobby Ellington in 1 year took Sac State from newbie to nearly conference championship contender to bowl game maker. Tony the Tiger, the Sun Bowl in El Paso, Texas, facing Cal. And this could be a way for us to get our foot in the door for several Cal players who may be looking to transfer for some playing time. Let's get this bowl game then underway. Sac State with the boot. Cal is back to return. Only one team will be eating a bowl of cornflakes at the end of this one. You know, it'd be cool if whoever wins, instead of dumping the Gatorade bath on them, it's probably not going to smell too great, but dumping a big Gatorade container thing full of some Tony the Tiger, You're Great cornflakes and milk. I feel like that's fitting, you know? You're going to eat a Pop-Tart, a giant Pop-Tart after the Pop-Tart bowl. Passes out and caught over the middle. That'll be a first down here for the Golden Bears. A true indicator of truly how different these teams are. California ranked 23rd, 8-4 on the year. Sac State 7-5, losing their final 2 games of the regular season. And looking to bounce this one up top. We're down to the bottom as we flip the camera there. Injury timeout, though. One of the offensive linemen down on the field here for Cal. Now, if I was Cal, I'd be looking to focus in on this running game today because we've seen time and time again, especially in the last few games of the year, this defense can't stop the run. They allowed near 200 yards in the second to last game and over 100 yards in the last game. That's where they go here. Met at the line to gain. It is a first down, but back-to-back plays. Cal loses a starting offensive lineman. So it seems like they weren't using their time well to get healthy. Meanwhile, we did. Let's go down the sideline here, though. I do like this stadium. Good background. As they go with a handoff, and it's filled well. 4 steps down. That is Antonini playing his final game for Sac State. We're going to have a lot to do in the offseason, though. We're going to have to move some players around, get this team sorted out. As it's a 3-step drop and fire for a gain of 2 to Ian Strong. Or actually, no, it was caught by Ian Strong. 2 catches on the day. Thought they were talking about the quarterback there for a moment. No. A 3rd and 6, chance to get off the field. Let's go with the top-up view from the booth. Stepping up, throwing downfield, incomplete. Bodied by Bugsy Silvera. Also playing his final game. Had himself quite a game to open us up today with 2 pick sixes. Wouldn't mind seeing another one as that ball leaves the field of play at the 15. All right, offense, what do we got here? Jamar Curtis, need him to step up. Xavier Williams for us on defense, setting a school record this year in sacks. Check down to the field. I'd like to see a nice hole open up here, but no. Stuffed down the middle. Wouldn't mind seeing a good game as well here from our quarterback in Isaiah Scruggs. Try to finish the year a little bit more positively as he hands it off, trying to find some running room. Curtis down the middle. And leaves 3rd and 1. 12 attempts for only 38 yards there against Hawaii. Just wasn't hitting. Passes up top. And Moses fighting, but not going to get there. I don't like how they're flipping the what's up and what's down in terms of a screen. Wish that kept it synonymous with the way you were looking at from the coach view. But we're going to have to punt this ball away. Nothing much offensively. We come up about a yard and a half short. outrunning the punt coverage block, or actually outrunning the blocking on the punt return. Punt coverage was definitely out-punted. Good return, though, for Cal. They get their second drive. We're probably going to watch a good chunk of this one, as it is our final game of Season 1. RPO quickly to the flat. They've got 5. Gerard, oh, come on. You're going to need to leave that up with that kind of name. That's one of those that you give an acronym to. The 2nd and 5 here for Cal. As they hand it off down the middle. Trying to fight forward. Does get close to the line to gain. And now we've got an injury up front. We'll say we've been a little bit more lucky this year than at least that of the UAB series in terms of guys getting injured in the game. One game we had our almost entire starting defense at some point have to leave the game. The 3rd and 1 here. They go RPO up top. Now down bottom with a lot of running room. Down to the 21-yard line. First down, Ian Strong. They highlighted him as we took the field offensively. Al getting called in from the sideline. Just outside the red zone. They hand it off, and he will punch it inside the red zone. Unfortunately, not much thereafter. Got to get ourselves a nice blitz dialed up here. The trips down to the bottom, one tied up top. No motion out there running back, and we got a free rush, but it's no problem. Passes out quickly. And that is what they talk about of putting the crown to the chin. Popping his head back. JKS. 1st and 10 at the 10, so it looks like enough room for a first down just before the goal line. Well, they might not need it. It's a touchdown here for Cal. A well-balanced drive there, not really taking the top off the defense, kept everything either in the run down the middle or inside about 15 yards. Adam Mohammed with the score. We just got to see our defense shut down the run, and we need to see our offense run the ball well. I think this game can very well be dictated by the success of the run games or lack thereof. Cal takes the lead here in the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl as they boot this one back. And looking for the return here, Sac State, but stopped up short of the 20. It was a long field in front here. Of course, Coach Bobby Ellington having to call plays for both sides of the ball today. No room there for Curtis. Just back to the line. Will be hurry up, though. Single high coverage. Play action. Throws down flat. That's going to be caught. Getting the first down is Koontz. He could see himself taking over that tight end one spot potentially next season. As they go back to the run game, and still no space. Cal showing their dominance in the box. 2nd and 10. They go back to the run, though, this time trying to get it outside. Curtis will pick up 4. Rob, how you doing, bub? Now with a tight shotgun look. 3rd down. They only rush 4. Throw is into the turf, short of the first down. A 33, I can't go for it. You think young Sheldon went to Cal? Well, right now we're getting hopefully a preview of some players who might consider transferring here if they want a little bit more playing time. We're going to keep our eye out on that, especially if we see someone make some plays who are freshmen or sophomores. Starting with a stacked box here for us, though. Cal, they look to go with a run, and the space does open up. They pick up 7. Muhammad with 7 rushes, 37 yards. Let's go up top here. We've seen a lot from the sideline. Let's go up to the booth. And throwing over the middle, it is caught just short of the first down. Rob, you are joining us right now for the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl. This is our last game of the whole season. Once again, stacking the line here, the Hornets under pressure, but the pass is out, cleanly caught, first down, JKS. What a play, though, from the QB of Cal to deliver that one cleanly, despite that insta-rush. Could be the final play of the quarter. Here is almost picked off. Bugsy Silvera, he might be hungry for more. Instead, we will have at least one more play here in this quarter. 5 seconds on the board. And they go RPO up top. Carthian plays too tight inside. He's still running up the sideline. Bumped out of the 22. Gotta win this for Tony the Tiger, says Rob. Fun fact, that was the nickname for my grandfather. Called him Tony the Tiger. We got to make sure we get this win, but right now, it's looking rough. I don't want to spoil things for you, Rob, but you want to go back and check out the last couple games of the season. We're in for a showing. The 1st and 10 inside the second quarter. Cal throws down to the sideline, turning up, and once again picking up some chunk yardage. JKS is the QB. Right? Is that what that just said? Or is it? I got to check it now. Yes, JKS is the QB. All right, now I know. It didn't look like it was that full name on the back of that jersey. I'm going to be honest. Didn't look like it from up here. The 1st and goal at the 6 here. Cal, they're trying to take a 2-score lead. A motion in the backfield and back around. Defense doesn't seem fazed by it at all. As JKS bounces this one outside, he's going to be wrapped up and tossed down. Alex Roca. About time we finally learned that guy's name. And it's his final game as well. This team is going to look very different next season. A lot of starters graduating. 2nd and goal at the 7. Keeping with that stacked look across the line here for the defense. They motion in their receiver up top, make it tight. And it's a handoff. Muhammad stopped up as he crosses the 5. Neither one of these is a great angle. We'll stay with a sideline view here. RPO and wrapped up for a loss. Defense stands inside the 10. They force the field goal left hash here for Cal. Number 23 looking for that 10-score lead, or 10-point lead. 10-score would be very, very sad for the final game of the season, but it is a 10-point advantage for Cal. As we need someone on this offense to step up. That time we call the touchback. All right, then. Rob, talking about makes you want to play some college football and you wish you could make some guys. You can't edit a roster. So I think through that way you may be able to. I haven't done it myself, but you may be able to edit yourself in that way, perhaps, if you're editing a non-NIL guy. Throwing out to the flat, it's Curtis. He's got it for 3. Give me a crosser here then. We're going to go up top. Moses on that crosser. Might be the main read. Linebackers do cover it well, though, and he airmails it to him. Ruggs getting stage fright. Yeah, I mean, he's not looked good the last couple games. Let's take a peek. Do we put Carson Conklin back in here? See if he could win us at bowl game. Got to do it for Tony the Tiger. And we'll stay in for the punt. Yeah, Scruggs just hasn't been clutch of late. We start to play a little bit more even. You know, there wasn't the horrible lows we saw, but he also didn't have those really good highs. And with that, we were kind of missing a key element to the offense. So let's get in the backup quarterback who started the season. See if he can make something. But first up, this defense has got to pick up a stop. They go with the screen. Muhammad cannot get by Mulliken. I'm finally going to learn all these names, and then everyone's going to leave. 3rd and 17 following the loss on the screen. And it's a keeper here. Spinning by Mulliken and trying to fight forward, getting back 3 yards from the previous loss. Bugsy Silvera dealing with a little bit of foot contusion, it seems. We're looking at a 3rd and 14. Muhammad motions out. They go quick swing up his way. That's now down to the bottom. Spinning by, breaking by another. It's a first down on a 3rd and 14. Can't let that happen, defense. Go back to the sideline view here. As they hand it off, Muhammad. He's stopped up down the middle. He's averaging, though, 5.7 a rush. Hard to get off the field when you're giving that up. Quick RPO. They got the block. Bugsy Silvera. He's not going to be spun out. Hendricks, though, makes it 3rd and 3. Let's bring the heat. Now with 3 up top. And motioning one of them down to the bottom. That's Hendricks. Quarterback looking to throw. He lofts this one up the sideline and open for the first down. They get the tight end in some space. Mulliken shaking his head there. Everyone's got to make their plays. And jumping early, they might get Houston here. Indeed, he crosses the neutral zone first, drawing off the tackle. Switch it up a little bit here, 4-2-5. 1st and 5. Honestly, that might look to run the ball here, so let's check out of only the 3-man rush we had. Need to clog up some of these lanes. More trips look up top. And it's RPO. Quick wrap, I'll take it. Bugsy Silvera. Really going to miss that guy next year. And that is the 2-minute breather, if I'm not mistaken. Indeed, it is. Cal up 10-0. Looking for a first down here as the ball is at the 30. They need the 27. Delayed blitz, and there he goes to the end zone. It's looking pretty rough out here, boys. Thomas just outran the pack. We're bringing in a quarterback who hasn't played in about half the season, and we're giving him a 2-minute drive. Well, this has been a humbling experience for sure. We're feeling pretty high on ourselves early parts of this season, the first half for sure. Right now, it is all Cal. Again, though, they are an ACC team. They're ranked 23rd in the nation. This should not be an easy game for us. It should be difficult. We might have some space up the sideline, though. Wilson totes the rock up to about the 31-yard line. And out comes Conklin. And he provide a spark to this offense. As we look to start with an air attack, he finds a target over the middle. Big hit, taking him off his feet. That was Moses with the catch. Going to see some hurry up here. We do still have all 3 timeouts, and we're going to try to utilize them as we look for some points here to end the quarter. Or in the half even. Wilson, what is that, my man? Dropped pass over the middle. Good throw from Conklin. We look for something over the middle here. You got Coleman. Throws out late. It's incomplete. I mean, when your number one receiver gets open, get the man the ball. We're going to stay out here offensively. We're going to have any hope of getting into this game, we got to play the rest as aggressive as we can. Conklin throws out late. He's got his man. First down and out of bounds at the Oppo 45-yard line. That was Moses on the crosser. Coleman just take that one straight up the sideline. We got the safety lurking over the middle. And another one caught Moses over the middle. He's going to get that one for about 4 yards. At the half, we got to contemplate how this game will affect LeBron's legacy. The good news here, he shows his team. Coleman open again, finally finding him. We have not called that man's name much over the last handful of games of the season. He's really disappeared. Apparently, we're changing camera angles. I never clicked the button to do so. Apologies for that jarring camera work. Got a 2nd and 10 here. You know, if they're going to open things up like that, let's try to get something down the middle. We've got timeouts. And there's some running room. Curtis. 3rd and 2. We're going to go hurry up here. And we have our timeouts. We will still use them, but right now I want to try to get this first down. And he does just squeak through. Let's call a timeout there. Get ourselves back good to go here. Wouldn't mind a Texas route perhaps over the middle. See if we could get Curtis free. Also don't feel like we've seen much of Rainey in the second half of the season. And he's launching this one out of the back of the end zone. Not sure I actually like that camera there, so let's stay up top here. 34 seconds to work with. It's 2nd and 10 when we're looking for something before halftime. Throws, caught Williams. First down to about the 7-ish yard line. Here we have the timeouts, but we're going to go hurry up here, trying to get the defense caught flat-footed. Conklin throws down at the 1. We'll call a timeout there. Close to the end zone. Now we just got to find a way to knock it in. And you know something we haven't done much this year? I don't mind a little bit of some fullback love here. Try to hand it off to the big man and Kuntz. Get us on the board, and that's the touchdown. Play the celebratory music for the first time in this game. That is a big response here, bringing back in the OG QB1, and Kyle Kuntz finishes off the drive. And hopefully finishes off the first half here for us, 17-7. The only problem is I believe we started our offense out there first. Kovacs injured on the point after, because that's what we need, offensive linemen out of this game. We'll see if we could tape him up during halftime as they look for the return, and that's a good wrap up in open field. Just got to keep him out of the end zone here for 16 more seconds. Should be easy, right? Cross your fingers, knock on wood. Muhammad wrapped up Roca. And it looks like they're just going to let that one run it to halftime then. The Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl right now, led by number 23 Cal. 17-7. It's been a really good showing for the Golden Bears offense. Their defense, for the most of that first half, really shut down the Hornets. They finally were able to get that ball into the end zone there to close out the half. Going to have to try to build off of that in the second and try to make some plays in the final game here of Season 1 for Coach Bobby Ellington in Sac State. And I was wrong. We actually get ball first. Even better then, a chance to really bite into this deficit. As I really wanted to see Rainey take that one the distance. That would have been huge. We're going to keep Conklin out there at quarterback. Give him a little something to prove. A junior could return to the team next year. Curtis takes that ball down the center of the field here for about 9.5. I saw the Bobby Ellington ring camera footage. What's Bobby Ellington doing now? Stealing some donuts? That dude's like 340 pounds. First down there from Curtis. Single high. Would love to get Coleman going here in the second half. Going up top, though, it's to Wilson. This time he decides to hold on to it. First down, gain of 11. Got to keep the pedal to the metal here. Got to try to tire out this defense. Going with a draw, though, they are ready. They collapse on it. I mean, practicing against their offense, who runs a lot of RPO, I would imagine so. You might just be ready for that. Play action here, though. Pressure builds, but passes out. Caught, turning up Williams just for one. Again, we get ourselves within 5 yards of the first down. I'm going for it on these fourths. Only chance for us to get ourselves back in this game is to play aggressive. Lofted over the middle. It is squeezed for the first down. Williams. We'll jump down to the sideline view here. Might get a good angle. Curtis stopped up. Linebackers there were waiting for that. Yeah, this is where having a hard count would be great. Can't really see much. But that's a good catch up the sideline. If you missed it, rewind, check the bottom of your screen after the switch. Sincere Rainey with the grab. Getting the toe tap in at the 32. Collins checks in here, and he missed his gap up top. Instead, he ran right into a Golden Bear defender. Yeah, still not a good angle. We'll stay up top. Bit more play action. Pressure builds, and down goes Conklin. Nate Burrell, the senior, working his way around the edge. All right, let's try to hit something up the seams then. 3rd and 19. Had a nice play from Smith earlier, but now he's on the outside. Not playing the slot here. Conklin under pressure, and that's a loss of near 20 yards combined over the last 2 plays. Promising drive to open up the half, but stalls out as we cross midfield. We'll have to punt that one away. Would like to see this one down them in a good spot. Mark it at the 11. I'll take it. All right, now defense. We need some big plays in this half. Turnover. Be great. As they hand this one off, it's Roca and company down the middle to get the tackle. Gain of 4 there for Muhammad. Bring out the big boys here. Clog up those inside lanes. They might look to go outside here with the tight look initially. Motioning their man over. That's the guy who's got some big plays against this defense. The tight end's got some wheels. They'll use him as a distraction to clear that center. Again, these big boys up front, they need to start eating. Can't keep giving up all this yardage. Check the play here. Now let's move the ball well offensively. They're sticking with the running lanes down the middle until we can prove we can stop it. And just have to try to play a bit more aggressively. Empty set here for Cal. 2nd and 1. They go quick throw up top, and that's going to be a loss on the play. Roca there to shut it down. Chance to get off the field then. Be prepared for the pass here. 3rd and 5. Especially as they motion out the running back then. We send the blitz, but it doesn't get there in time. First down, breaking one, and not going to get by the second, but that's a first down gained up to the 45-yard line. It'll be hard to find a way back into this one if we just keep giving it up. Another quick swing out on the RPO. That's a good gain. Opens up the playbook. The 2nd and 2. Defense going to have to try to switch around to a bit more of some almost zero coverage here. We got to bring some blitzes. We just have to make a play. We're going to bring these blitzes. Coverage has got to be tight. We're giving up some free plays. 1st and 10, Cal down at the 33, and running room for a big gash down the middle of the field to about the 15-yard line. Cal, though, losing one of their starters up front for at least one play. Gotta hope, though, as the field narrows, the defense can force this offense into a mistake. Red zone turnover could be huge. They got to stop Muhammad here, who's picking up a nice gain of 4, play 1. We check the sideline, might get a little bit of a better view here. Inside a minute to play at the 3rd. They motion out their man, make that now trips instead of a bunch. Facing the pressure, got the hit in on the quarterback, but left wide open. Was the man sent in motion. That's strong to make it a 24-7 lead, and in fact, it is a strong lead for the Golden Bears. The only Oski I want to see out there is our defense picking off the ball. Block the kick. Nope. Need something to try to spark this team. We're going to have to force Cal into some mistakes, and a lot of them. With just over a quarter to play, we do take that touchback at least. We'll start the drive at the 25-yard line. 33 seconds to play in the quarter. And what a rush. Swam back inside, gets the hit on the quarterback. It falls incomplete. Just a 4-man rush here, but it's doing work. Another hit in on the quarterback. This time Nate Burrell gets the sack. It's 3rd and 17, and I think we're going to let this clock run on down, and we're going to take it to the 4th quarter. Cal right now well in front for the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl. We don't even need to see those stats. It's completely one-sided. Made a change at quarterback to try to get us going here. 3rd and 17. They rush 4. Picked up well initially, but no one gets open, and the quarterback just does not get rid of it. I mean, again, if there's any shot at us getting back into this game, we need a miracle. 4th and 26. A first down here would be a miracle. Won't let me hot route? Okay, then. Conklin lofts this ball downfield, and it's an arm punt. It's at least better than the turnover on downs. Cal takes over. Well, at this point here, we have surpassed 3 hours today. Let's look, see if perhaps the sim can make something happen. Chance to at least force him to a field goal here, and you know, there we go. Defense at least does it there. We'll jump back over to the offense, see if we could at least try to get something going in a 20-point deficit. Stranger things have happened. Mac State blowing some big bets right now, says Rob. At least get some yardage there. I just need our quarterback to be a little bit more decisive. Make the plays. As he lofts this one downfield. Incomplete. Intended for Jordan Williams, the senior. I'll leave 3rd and 3. They bring a massive rush. Throws to the running back, and Curtis loses on the play. Had the slant with Coleman. We're just not throwing to our number 1 receiver. 4th and 8. Why not? Conklin. Panic throw is downfield, but it's a diving snag for Jason Moses. That'll keep this game going, at least for now. They hustle back to the line. Conklin throws, caught again over the, well, not middle of the field, but it's a medium pass around the first down marker. That one was caught, I believe, Smith. As Conklin again throws downfield, we're opening up this Cal defense here late. Where's this been all game long? Getting them back to the line here. Going to tire out this defense. It's been a long game. Offense got to be pretty tired too, and apparently so is the line. Kristen Jernigan, though, not too tired. He picks up that sack. 2nd and 20. They bring the blitz again. Passes quick. Finally throwing to Coleman. Injury timeout as Blank needs to leave the field. Well, 3rd and 16 then. Obviously 4-down territory. As we set up a halfback screen here, Curtis can't even get back to the line. We're going to finish this game here, Blank, or at least as much as you can. We got some one-on-ones. Single high safety. 4th and 19. Throw is lofted back in the end zone, and it's caught. Bowman, touchdown. We're not out of this one yet. We've got some hope. A little late shove there on our quarterback, but that's just a great job from Coleman to go up and get it. Now, if we get 15, it's down to a 17-point game. Either way, we're going to need a lot more scores here, but we're going to risk it for the biscuit. 2-point try here for the offense. Actually, no, that wouldn't make it a 12-point game. As we loft it out to Curtis, and he does not make that man miss. 14 points it remains. Probably should have just taken the point after there, eh? Being aggressive here in the Tony the Tiger Bowl game. Trying to get that momentum on our side, right? If we hit that, we might have that swing. Instead, we fail it, and we might have just found ourselves back at least even. Now, though, would be a great time for Bugsy Silvera to show up with a pick. I'll take a forced fumble recovered as well. As they're still going to the air here, Cal throws down and wide open, 1st down, and he breaks another tackle, scooting closer to the midfield line. He's finally taken down around the 45. That's their main receiver coming through. Ian Strong, I believe. Motion the tight end up top. We've struggled covering those motions. Muhammad down the middle is contained this time with an injury timeout. Does stop that clock. Cal offensive lineman takes the knee. Need a stop here from your defense. They go up top. And great blocking downfield. He's still running 20, 15, 10, and shoved out around the 7-yard line. Just can't get off the field. At least prior to giving up points. Muhammad runs it towards the blitz side, and that one is contained this time. check into the sideline view. It does hurt Rob, that it does. Muhammad spinning. No, not even Muhammad. Second running back checks in, and it's another Cal score. This one is looking pretty well decided, barring a miracle. Ashton Emery. We have less than 3:40, and we trail 21. Special teams is going to have to show up here with a kick 6. As we are approaching dusk or sundown or something around here. Sky is changing. One side bright, one side dark, almost like one side of this game has been a little bit brighter than the other. All right, let's go top up view here. Conklin. He goes quick out to Moses, at least picking us up 4. Got to get started someplace. With some play action here. Pressure, a little bull rush action, and it's going to be a sack. Nate Burrell, that's got to be his 3rd of the game. The senior going off in his regular, or actually his collegiate career finale. 3rd and 16. Conklin once again met by Burrell. Got an idea. Don't run to the side of the field he's on. Just a thought. 4th and 16. Empty set. They rush 5. Passes nearly picked off. Honestly, would have been better if they did. But boys, I think that is just about it here for us. The turnover on downs. Cal's going to look to probably tack on some more points here. As they get a 0-yard rush there. 1 there, 4th and inches. They do tack on the field goal, but we are inside a minute to play, and it's a 37-13 ball game. Well, we may have had life at one point in this season. It unfortunately came to an abysmal, crumbling end as the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl is headed to Cal. But who knows, we might pick up a player or 2 of theirs in the offseason. And after finding 7 wins, it is 3 straight losses to end the year. We just miss out on the MAC title game. We make the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl, but we come up empty-handed there as well. Let's look to wrap the season after finishing our first year in the FBS with a 7-6 record. Honestly, though, not too bad for the first year at this level. I think there was a lot of good we saw in this team, but there is definitely some work in progress. We'll pick up things next time, which will be, what day is even today? Saturday. If I check here what I'm looking like on Wednesday, you know, thinking about this. I work evenings almost into the next morning, next Tuesday and Wednesday. So we might push this to Thursday. So we'll do Thursday, Friday. Well, then that means we might just have a 1 stream next week for this series, because it's looking pretty packed too in the weekend. I'll tell you what, we're going to do Thursday back here next time for Coach Bobby Ellington. We'll have Monday and Friday, the normal recorded video with UAB, and we will get a late stream in on Saturday. That one will be starting probably closer to 7 Pacific time, because I'm off at around 5 that day. So it's going to be a little bit. Let me know your thoughts. Who we need to target. You can talk about specific players that you think we should be looking at. In the offseason, transfer portal, it opens it up. We can go after anybody, especially if they've got interest in us, right? And playing time's going to be big. Or if there's a position group you think we need to go after, you let me know. We will get after that on Thursday. As for now, we're going to wrap up with the stats of the season. Isaiah Scruggs pretty much split this season with Carson Conklin. Now, there were a lot more passing attempts by Scruggs. He finished, though, with even a slightly higher completion percentage. Had more yardage, had a lot more touchdowns, but he also had a lot more turnovers. Basically, both were doubled of Conklin. So, and there's a good possibility he doesn't even return. He's looking for that brand exposure. We've got D- there. He's looking for C. So, Scruggs could be out. That means we might be relying maybe on Conklin, but he too might be looking to move on for his senior campaign, his super senior campaign. We had a really good running game up until these last handful of games. Sac State should be the king of sacks. Bobby Ellington, that is his goal, Rob. Jamar Curtis, 877 yards, pretty quiet last couple. He will be graduating, averaged 5.7 a pop, 5 touchdowns. Rainey, 5.6 a pop, 4 touchdowns. He will be returning, and playing time is big for him. Bryant Collins may not be returning here either. He's looking for pro potential. I don't know why you would have ever went to Sac State, but he averaged 6 yards a pop, 3 touchdowns. We had a good group of players. We did redshirt Davian Godley. He might be looking to move on as well. In fact, it looks like a lot of this running back room is going to be pretty much turned over. A lot of guys look like they might be leaving. A lot of guys look like they might be leaving. We spread the ball out a lot. 4 different receivers all around that 400 to 600 yard mark. It is the tight end that leads us in receptions and yards. That was not top in receiving touchdowns. That was Jason Moses. He should be looking to return. Jordan Williams will be graduating. Coleman will be graduating. Jace Wilson will be graduating. And it looks like Smith could be looking to transfer away. I mean, we already knew we kind of had to rework this receiving room, so expect a lot of changes next time. A mass amount of changes. Decent up front, but definitely could use with some improvement. Defensively, Dante Antonini does lead us in tackles. He will be graduating. Rocco will be graduating. Miles Tucker will probably be transferring away. TFL leader is Xavier Williams. He is graduating potentially. I mean, the overall's not there, but the stat wise, I would love to see him get to be drafted. If they fixed it and made it more based off of merit rather than overall, he should be drafted. 25 TFL, 16 and a half sacks. He set a single season sack record here for Sac State. Next man up was Zay Adams. Senior will be graduating. Miles Bailey, senior, will be graduating. Derek Houston, most likely transferring. Chambers, most likely transferring. This is going to be a rough next offseason if all those who are leaning towards transferring actually transferring away. Interception leader, let's check in on that. Bugsy Silvera, I think the MVP of our defense this year. He is graduating. Tucker, we said, was transferring. Antonini, graduating. Mulliken, graduating. Sensing a theme here? 2 defensive touchdowns. Bugsy Silvera, both in the same game. And we forced a total of 4 fumbles this year. Most likely none of those that did force it are returning. And we recovered half of those. Kicking-wise, Josiah Stovall should be returning, and he was near perfect on the year. 1 missed extra point. And it was just a missed extra point. It was not blocked. All in all, though, good that he'll be returning. And we might even have our punter transfer away. That's where we're at right now. But that is season 1. If you guys enjoyed, want to make sure you don't miss out. Again, we'll be back here Thursday for the next stream. Go ahead and hit that bell icon in the bottom right corner of your screen, or scroll down and hit that sub button. And you could tag team that with the bell down below. That way you actually get notified, because sometimes YouTube doesn't let you know if you just hit that sub button, right? So if you hit that button, you'll get notified of when a video goes up, when I go live, if I post something in the community tab, any of that. And if you enjoyed things here today, make sure you do hit that thumbs up. It lets YouTube know you enjoy. It also lets them know that perhaps other people who watch similar things to you might enjoy. Either way, it's just a big help around here. Just as you guys watching, I appreciate you all being here. Go have a great rest of your Saturday for any of you who are doing anything past 8:20 at night. As for me, I might be grabbing some dinner and go watch a movie. We'll be back, though, as mentioned, tomorrow with Forrest Governor, a decision for him to make on who he's going to play for next season. So make sure you're there for that. As mentioned, appreciate you all being here today. Appreciate you, Rob, for all your comments today. Hope you enjoyed. And again, until tomorrow, I'll see you guys later.